Welcome to the Shirts and Skins podcast with your host, Josh, Devin, and filling in for Tori, the great Joe Stumper.
As always, it's a pleasure.
The greatest sub we've ever had. So, the greatest week of my life has come to an end. My man, Mr. Parsons here, is donning the greatest jersey he's ever worn, the great Raider Nation. For y'all who listened last week, you know we had a bet. Came up a little bit, short on his end, but he is being a man of his word.
More than a little bit short.
A man of his word, he is wearing the Raiders jersey. We do appreciate that there, Devin. How are we feeling after?
I even wore the shorts to match. Black and silver, black and white. That's our logo. I'm glad it's only a one-time thing. Hopefully we see you guys in the playoffs. Run that back.
I don't know if you want to see that.
Oh, we do. We do.
So.
We want to tighten up our injuries. We just found out that, Big Ben, probably torn pectoral, but he's a man. He goes out there and still throws and slings the ball around.
He's no Tom Brady.
He has the Super Bowls, unlike Carr. We had some injuries on defense of our starters. They paid all that guarantee money to TJ Watt, and the second half changed the game. Actually, right when TJ Watt went out, that's when we got burned with Ruggs in the back end because, we didn't get pressure.
He didn't have a starting running back, so all I'm hearing are excuses on your
It's not
end.
Excuses. These are facts of injured players that weren't on the field.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs
starting running back.
Game changers. But
both starting guards were out. Yep. Our starting right tackle went out.
All I remember is Leatherwood getting penalized over and over again.
Got hurt a little bit.
So you played dirty and went for the ankle.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're talking about I give you Derek Carr, but did your line get better? And now you say next man up, and I agree, but we're talking about our most dominant defenders. We're talking about Bush. We're talking about Watt. We're talking about Hayden. We're talking about would they be doubling Ruggs and getting burned on the back end if Hayden was just covering him?
Yeah, because Ruggs is still faster than Hayden, so he still would have got past them. So you still need that safety over the top.
And these are the things that I would love to see.
Got a little greedy.
I would love to see again.
Minka got a little greedy and wanted to come up a little bit.
He got greedy, and
the doubt of
what's crazy to me is it was like the same play that happened against the Ravens,
right?
And it was like I seen it, and I'm just like, man, for real, like. Already knew what time it was.
Yeah.
And the Steelers aren't built for that. We were, like Ben used to have that long ball, and we're trying to force the ball to Claypool. We're trying to force the ball to Deontay Johnson. But we're getting these short routes to Deontay Johnson. We're getting these short routes to Juju.
Guy's got no arm strength left, man.
Can't get
Maybe
the run game.
That torn pec.
Yeah, can't get the run game going.
That's
I hit on that last week. We were trying to be dominant, run heavy. And
you can't
we're
with
still
no O-line.
We're still four or five
with no O-line.
wideouts. Exactly. All brand new linemen besides one returning starter. It's looking rough. So when you feed on the defense, and you can say match for match, there's injuries on both sides. It's just how dominant did that affect the game for your side and our side, and obviously it affected us deeply. Look what Josh Allen did to the Dolphins, who actually has a pretty good secondary.
Yeah, they do.
And
some of the best corners in the game.
He lit him up. So, and I was telling y'all about before we even started losing Nelson. That was a big loss to us, and we never really replaced him. And we have Pierre, the cousin of like Lamar. He's like supposed to be fast, this, that, and the other. I don't know if he was the one who actually got burnt with Fitzpatrick, but
I'll give you the Watt injury was huge because that is.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. He's a top 5, if not top 3, if not number 1 when it comes to a pass rusher. The guy's a beast.
Number 1?
In some people's eyes, he could be a 1. I mean, I know for sure at least one person at this table is going to say he is.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his pressures.
He had the most hits on a quarterback last year.
So
he is a beast. I'll give you that one.
And like I said before, is Tuitt's not even showing up yet because he had some family death in the family. I'm telling you, our line, we lost Alua the first drive. That's the guy filling in for Tuitt. So now you're at your third string defensive lineman. It's just, it was a good win. I was, like I said, I pulled the money out Friday. Like, I know what time it is. You make a bet. You gotta come correct. You gotta come correct. You know what time it is. And you bet that because you think it's going to be a good game.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, now Ben is 2-6 against the Raiders in his career We just don't play good against Raiders.
Yeah.
And we never played good against Raiders, Big Ben or not.
That's
West Coast,
true.
home, whatever. It don't matter. All you think of when you see the Raiders Steelers is Pryor going 99 yards as a quarterback. That's every time I see it, bro. I was like 18, 19 years old.
That's not one of the big things that come to mind.
That's the biggest thing that comes to mind because I remember it.
No,
I remember
the
it.
catch.
The immaculate
Reception.
deception.
Yeah.
I hit the ground.
It's hard to say. You know what I mean?
I disagree. Based off of replay footage.
Anyway.
I mean, but yeah, no, I mean, that is one of the few moments that you think of when you think of Raiders.
We had
Steelers.
a solid defense then too, and Pryor just goes off for.
I got memories of Bruce Godkowski coming in and beating the Steelers. Like you said, it for some reason, I don't know what it is with the Steelers and the Raiders.
Some
the
people
Raiders
just got the numbers.
They come up a little bit against the Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the history of it, and with that pass, that whole catch thing and everything like that.
Yeah.
If it's still instilled with, I don't know why it would be instilled with today's generation of Raiders as they come in whenever you play the Steelers, but it's still
The
kind of there.
Raiders
for
are like
them.
the West Coast Steelers, man. They're like the baby Steelers. You know
So,
what I mean?
end of the day, the quote unquote baby Steelers
yeah.
are 2-0.
The little brother.
2-0.
2-0.
I think the big brother needs to go ahead and sit down where they need to be because when y'all don't make the playoffs and the Raiders are in the playoffs.
Well, if you look at our division, we're all tied over here. You could be 2-0 and you can still lose your division.
Very true.
We're 2-0 sitting on top of the division, on top of the AFC, and according to the rankings of everything, when you bring it up, on top of the NFL, sitting up top number 1 is the Las Vegas Raiders.
You're going to have to show me that because where is that?
Yeah, I don't know that.
So whenever you go to the actual
Oakland Raiders
overall rank
or Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
No, go to NFL.com
NFL
and look at
/
they put the Raiders on the top.
Who is that? Like Charles Woodson?
Has to be the one who's doing the rankings.
Yeah. Is that like Charles Woodson doing those rankings? Who's?
I mean, I love that y'all are some haters. Bring on the hate. We love the hate.
It's not hating. I'm just wondering.
I mean, Tori Zeiska out here throwing shade at my boys.
I got ESPN up right now, and they are showing exactly what he's talking about. There's Las Vegas.
It shows Las Vegas as the top.
Number 1.
I'm not saying they're the best team.
So they're better than the Bucks?
Like I said, I'm not saying they're the best team, but according to the way that they're putting them on here, I don't know how they rank it. I don't know how they do it. The Raiders are sitting on top. Is it going to last? No. I'll be the first to admit. The Raiders aren't the best team in the league by any means. But
at least that's honest.
That is honest.
I would be real.
Are they better than the Arizona Cardinals?
In my personal opinion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Wow.
2-0.
Also
Really?
2-0.
Where are they ranked?
Really?
Where are they ranked?
We are 1, 2, 3, 6.
Not
Oh, you're the last.
the last
2-0.
2-0 team.
No, they have Carolina underneath us.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's a surprise 2-0 team.
That is.
I wouldn't
there's
say.
a lot of
I wouldn't
surprise
say.
2-0 teams.
I wouldn't say the Raiders and Cardinals are like surprises. They made some moves on the offseason to get better.
they are
You know what I mean?
surprises.
I wouldn't say surprise.
they're
It's 2-0. It's 2-0.
I think
I didn't see that happen.
It's
I put it on
early.
the Facebook group that
I
there's
didn't see
teams
that
that you
happening.
said exactly what I was thinking, Joe. I put it on there. They're out of the teams that are undefeated that I'm surprised by. It's Raiders, Broncos.
Panthers, and
Cardinals.
us. Yep.
I'm surprised that those are 2-0
I
when
am
you.
not surprised by the Rams, by the Niners, or by Tampa. Not surprised by that.
No, I think that's kind of what people expected.
Yes.
And speaking of your Cardinals, Joe, they had themselves another. Kyler Murray's looking good.
It's
MVP type quarterback so far. He looks incredible the way he's moving, the way he's throwing.
so how can you sit there and say that your Raiders are better than my Cardinals then?
Because we're playing better teams and winning those. We're not requiring a team to miss a field goal.
Well, I would
we
say
played a Ravens team that was a great team last year that everyone's saying they're going to be playoff bound this year. We played a
they just
Steelers
beat the
team.
Chiefs.
We played a Steelers team that, according to everyone, is going to be another playoff
So
team.
I saw Lamar Jackson choke a win away.
You saw the defense force two
Stop.
turnovers.
Stop. I saw a running back who's playing as a quarterback fumble twice.
Okay,
Throw
I've
two picks.
seen a kicker miss a gimme field
Hold
goal.
on now. There is no such thing as a gimme in these NFL kicking games anymore. Gone are the days of automatic. Automatic grammatica is not a thing anymore. Okay, that is not. But yeah, it's a good thing there are two kinds of luck because
y'all
the
definitely
Cardinals
had some
would have
luck.
none.
Yeah, you definitely had some luck on
And
your
the
side.
thing is like that's one of those games in the past where we lose.
Right.
In the past, we lose that game. They do make that kick. Or how many times, I couldn't tell you how many times the last few years we've gotten screwed on kicking.
Right.
Zane Gonzalez can't kick a field goal to beat the Patriots. Can't tie it with the Miami Dolphins last year. Like, I don't want to hear it. We are 2-0. Because your kicker couldn't do his job.
Right.
He was making 52-yarders.
Right.
There's no excuse to.
That's the Vikings.
It's a W. It's
you
a W.
couldn't. Yeah.
It's a W.
A win's
It's
a
W.
win.
Yeah.
The Vikings are the Seminoles of the NFL. Because the Seminoles have that same problem forever where their kicker could not make a field goal.
Yeah, like and the Vikings have been cursed with missed field goals in the playoffs against
with
Seattle.
all the wind in the dome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the thing is you're in an arena. You were in a dome this last week.
Yeah.
You were killing 52-yarders,
It
which
was a
is
dry heat. It was a dry heat.
Not just that, but you saw a kicker on the other end, Matt Prater, boom, a 62-yarder.
Right.
Like,
From the beat.
The record for the Cardinals.
Yeah, record. I mean, that guy has got the record for the longest field goal on like 4 different teams.
Yeah.
And he holds the
Lions
NFL
got rid
record.
of Lions got rid of him because
And
he
he
was
holds
drinking
the-
on the sideline. Dumb.
So what?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
I bet you would kill to have him
Right.
on your team last night.
Yeah.
Against
Killer.
kicking in the rain. But no, it's a good thing that there are two kinds of luck, and we got it. And it's one of those things where you look at the two halves of a game, and we played like crap the first half. Blown coverage, touchdown, two plays into the game. I'm like, wow, this is gonna be one of those games. And then second half, Kirk Cousins only throws for 100 yards. Dalvin Cook only gets, I think, like 40 yards from scrimmage after the second half, and you only hold them to 3 points offensively. They only, Kyler Murray threw that pick six. But sometimes
and that's what happened. And that's what's happening in these games. And that's what's happening in these games is like so far we were talking about. There's just the league is. It looks like it's actually found some balance.
Yeah,
It's starting to come back in again.
To some of these
like we kind of
teams.
talked about last week, it felt like because of the lack of preseason and the way these teams didn't have a preseason, week one was some of these teams look like they're trying to find themselves again. They're trying to
even look at the Bucks,
comfortable
man.
again.
The Bucks, their offense looks potent. Like it looks really good. But that defense that
Defense
we've
could be
seen on the
shaky.
playoff run,
we're gonna see it this
are
week.
you going to be able to stop? I mean,
We're gonna see it this week going against the Rams.
So the teams that the Bucks played, their defense have looked bad. Like compared to last year, especially their defense this year is looking down.
they're not even getting the pressure. They're not even getting the pressure that they were.
They don't need to. They're saving. They're on snap counts. They're
their
load
defense-
managing.
Right.
They're load managing as the NFL, as the NBA.
The Cowboys
likes to
put up
use.
some points, but we know the Cowboys' offense is legit.
It was potent with Dak last year before he got hurt.
Right.
It's potent this year.
They have too many
And they
weapons.
got lucky too. They got lucky too, man.
Yeah. Again, field goals.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that
Again,
Chargers
field goals.
defense, man. Don't sleep on
Chargers
they're-
all around are going to be one of them teams.
They're a solid team.
They're a good team. They're young. They got to kind of bring it together. And Chargers, for some reason, always seem to find a way to lose.
Yeah.
The Chargers, not quite as bad as the Falcons. I won't put them on that level. But they're a team that they find ways to lose games. So
Let's go through this then. So you think that the Raiders really would beat the Cardinals? Who's got the better quarterback?
you don't want to ask me that because you're not going to like my answer.
Dude. Okay, I'll ask you then. Who's got the better quarterback? Unbiased opinion.
I like Murray, but I think if you look at it, because he's got some wheels, but I like Murray's weapons.
Okay. so
All
then-
Raiders got is Waller.
Okay, right. So then you go to receivers, Arizona,
100%.
right? Tight end, obviously that's the Raiders.
And this is where we're going to differ again on running back because I would take
who's got
Josh
the better-
Jacobs over Chase Edmonds.
Who's got the better offensive line? Cardinals. Cardinals do this year. So far right now, the Cardinals do. And it's coming from one of your guys
I know.
leading us at the center.
Our center, that's the one guy I was really upset they got rid of because
Our pass rush is I think better. Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, I think is better than Max Crosby and that
Ngakwe.
Ngakwe and who's that other cat that the gay player you have out there?
What is his name? Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib.
Yeah.
And our secondary is better, in my opinion, even with losing Malcolm Butler to random phantom returement out of nowhere. Buda Baker.
Our secondary, I'll say, is questionable, but I love our D line and Max Crosby the way he's been playing. But overall, I just think the winning mentality that we seem to be having this year. Already last year, I loved our offense. Our defense was rough. I'll take the Raiders, and that's a biased opinion. I'll be the first to admit it.
I would love to see it. I wish we played y'all.
I wish we did
That'd be a fun
too.
game. That'd be a fun game.
So again, that's gonna be a biased opinion for me. I'm gonna say the Raiders. So That's one of them weird
I think
things.
it's close. I could see. I think it would be a good game. Like I said, just young, hungry quarterbacks. You got to give the wideouts to Arizona.
So, out of these 7 teams that are now undefeated, out of the 7, who is the least likely to be a contender? You got Carolina, Denver, as in the Raiders, Cardinals, and then you got Rams, Niners, and Bucks. I think it's the Broncos.
I was
going
going
to
to say Broncos.
Broncos are last,
say-
followed by Panthers.
Yeah, I would probably say Broncos, Panthers, Niners, and then
Yeah.
I'd put Arizona right above them, and then your Bucks and Rams, they're gonna knock each other out right
know,
now.
yeah.
But I think they're legit contenders. Legit, like
Oh, for sure.
They could fully see themselves again in the NFC Championship.
But that's what I'm
game.
saying. Like, out of the NFC, who's coming out? You got the Buccaneers, and then you got the NFC West, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
That-
one
I'm
of
right
those,
there with you.
You know, like, that's who's in serious, legit contention.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't
you
sleep on
can't-
Wilson. Don't sleep on Wilson.
But I know.
Yeah.
And
Don't sleep on Wilson. Don't sleep on Murray.
You slept. The Tennessee didn't sleep on them, and they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running the ball. Running the ball, man. Get
Yeah.
behind Henry and just hope
Freaking
for the
Henry
best.
had the playoff.
Yeah.
He sure did.
In a fantasy day right there, he destroyed.
He sure did. He destroyed
If
my
you
hopes and dreams.
if you played against him, I'm sorry.
I did.
I did. I played against him. I played against a guy who had
did.
him, who had Adams,
Wow.
and then
a rough
Tyler
night.
Lockett.
That is super rough.
So yeah, I lost that one.
That is
Like that
super
guy
rough.
beat me by like 50 points.
It should have beat you by more than that.
So I was like, freaking A. Like Henry alone is basically what gave him.
Yeah, right now Lockett, Cooper Kupp, Henry. If he stays on that path, that's brutal. But of course McCaffrey. I mean, these guys are eating you up right now.
Yeah, but like I said, but
Yeah.
a Lockett and a Cup, those are later round guys.
Especially Cooper Kupp right now. Like, Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp, you're taking 5th, 6th round.
Right.
That right now is the best wide receiver in
Yeah,
the game.
and-
Or at least fantasy-wise, putting up.
This game
The
here,
best
like
numbers.
we'll get to it with the Rams and the Colts. Like that seems like Stafford's best friend right now. He is finding
That's all he
him.
looks to.
Yep, he's
That's all it
there.
looks to.
He's there. He's got the solid route running. He's catching it, and he's not letting them down. He's not letting them down.
And
so
the
you
Colts
just keep
made this a
feeding 'em.
game. The Colts, if Wentz doesn't go down,
Bro, both ankles.
I don't know how you do
Both
Both
ankles. That's
But-
crazy. Bro, how did you plant both of them at the same time and get
So
both
I was
hit?
reading that because I was like, there's no way he, like, legit rolled both at the
It
same
had to be
time.
two different times.
So he rolled his left one early and was
Okay.
playing through it, and then really hurt his right one late in the game.
Okay.
which-
that makes
what
way
forced
more
him-
sense.
Because well, now
Which
he's
is what
putting
forced
way
him
more
to come out.
pressure on his right one,
Right.
and then he got hit, and
Which
then
is why, you know.
yeah,
And
That makes
man,
sense.
I needed Indy to pull out a miracle on that one because, like I said, you know, we
Indy
got
does that.
gifted. We got gifted with a win. The Titans pulled out
was
over
a-
Seattle.
Yeah,
like,
it was a couple years ago, and Indy knocked off Mahomes and them.
Yep.
And it was just like
Yep.
all they did was play regular Tampa 2 defense. They didn't even do nothing special. They didn't blitz them. They didn't do nothing. They just played regular Tampa 2 defense. The Colts, like Jacoby Brissett.
yeah.
So that with a healthy Wentz, if there's such a thing,
No,
I-
there's
I-
not anymore.
never. It
There's
doesn't
not
seem like
anymore.
it.
Bro, his receiving crew's hurt too.
A Colts,
Ty,
yeah.
Campbell, they're hurt, and then the other guy,
They got a tackle that's
what's his
out.
name?
Like they're
Who?
the other wideout for Indy.
Paris
So,
Campbell, you have
Paris Campbell was hurt.
T.Y.
T was hurt. No, Campbell was hurt too.
Michael
Zach
Pittman.
Pascal's there.
Pittman was hurt too, but he played.
Yeah.
Dude, they were like all hurt, you know. And
Yeah, so the Colts are one of them teams. Like if you get a healthy Wentz,
They got a
they
good
could be a
O-line.
scary team.
they got a good O line.
Right.
sure
they
do.
have a good defense. It's a quiet, good defense. A great O line. They can establish the run. Like I said, if you can get Wentz to be healthy and
That's just
not turn
asking
it over
for a miracle.
That's
man.
the
Right,
thing. That's the
right.
rough part.
That's asking for a miracle.
So it's a tricky thing, but they almost pulled that one out against the Rams. I don't know if the Rams were overlooking them, if the Colts are just that kind of sneaky good.
Right.
I mean, we don't know because
We're gonna find out when the Rams play the Bucks, but we're gonna hit on that a
that's-
little bit
yeah,
later.
that-
We're gonna hit on that a little bit later. So another thing, there was a lot of hype behind a certain Winston,
yeah,
and
Famous
everyone.
James.
that 1 week of
What's
5
Green Bay
touchdowns
doing?
and
What's Green Bay doing?
Yeah.
Is Green Bay for real? Is New Orleans serious? Is
Green Bay's defense still doesn't look great,
No.
but Winston looks like, and
a mediocre?
I kind of said it like, is it going to be the Winston we used before, where it's 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
He needs weapons there badly.
That's
For sure.
He's trying to
He
force
needs someone
to
to throw.
nobody.
He needs size.
I was watching that game too, and he was just making mistakes that he made in Tampa. Like, you're going down, getting sacked, and you're throwing it 30 yards downfield.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you doing
Those
that?
are things he needs to learn.
Like, dude, throw it out of bounds.
Exactly.
Throw it out of bounds. You're already out of the pocket. Throw it out of bounds. Like, don't
Get rid of the ball. Don't be that fool
And
trying
that's
to do
one
the
thing
extra.
that frustrated with Kyler Murray early in his career. Not that it's not a young career already, but like he would try to do that.
Try to do
I'm
that
like,
extra,
dude,
yeah.
Right, they would like parallel
do that.
He'd like grab his jersey,
You
he'd like run in a
don't
circle,
need to
and then
do
just
that.
like as
and he would try to force it downfield and throw an interception. I'm like, dude, throw it away.
Ben's in his 17th year,
Live
and
to
he
fight
still
another
does
day.
that.
Live
Kills
to
me.
fight another day.
Kills me. I don't understand that. Like as a starting, throw the ball away. I know you want to make a play.
You saw on Sunday night with Patrick Mahomes where he's going down and he freaking just with his left arm, dude, stop.
Right.
He
I
loves to
understand
try
you're
those.
Patrick Mahomes.
And they
But
hype it up when he
dude,
does that kind of stuff. But it's like
dude,
you're saying,
you
whenever
killed your
it's a
team.
mistake.
You killed your team.
Yep. I
Killed
agree.
your team.
And that game of the week, that
So
Wow.
what they really did is they did not let Hill get off.
Hill got shut down.
Hill and
Which
that
also
was-
hurt me in fantasy.
Yeah, which hurt me too. But
Hurts a lot of people when
It
they'll
was-
get
yeah.
shut down.
But he got shut down, man, and that was impressive by the Ravens to do that.
Yeah.
Kelsey, he didn't really like go off. He had a decent
Nah,
game.
Yeah.
But like Waller
had
just
one
went for
catch
20 receptions.
He had one catch where he kind of
It was stupid. There was like 3 missed tackles.
Right.
It looked like he was running in slow motion.
exactly
46
Yeah,
yard touchdown.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
dumb. That was dumb.
Like,
That's not
there's
even
no
reason a
That's
tight
not
end
even
should
a
be do
listen.
that.
That's not even a Ravens defense. Like
There's no reason
Ray Lewis
a
ate
tight
them
end-
up. That was another thing. Ray Lewis got them super
them
hyped.
came out
jacked.
there, hyped
Yeah,
him up.
Got
Yeah,
them jacked.
But
Guys still
even Pat
ducking murder
Mahomes is on the
charges.
sideline, like
that
pumped
game
up for it.
That game made America tired Monday.
Yes,
Because that
Yeah.
game was super hyped.
That
It
was
super hyped. Bro, Ravens,
CTV,
Ravens been in 2 tough games, man. Tough games
Yeah.
against
And they're
the
1-1.
Raiders and the Chiefs. And dude, those are the games that
They should be
your
2-0.
division you're gonna see.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all are gonna go at it.
Oh,
and
I know.
those are what's gonna kill y'all later on.
Week four, we play the Rams.
Yeah.
that's gonna be our first test. Is week 4, in my opinion.
That's tough. That's tough because the Rams are coming down
I
to
know.
play the Bucks.
it's the
I
same.
know.
And we're about to see. We're about to see, man. I want to see Stafford light up that defense. I want the Bucks to be
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I want the Bucks to be in that reality check that the Cowboys gave them, but I wanted to bring them down to reality. I want Tom Brady to be like, "Oh wow, I'm in it. I'm in this because like this isn't just going to be my run to take over this again."
If he has a bad game, I know there's early MVP talks, and I can't stand that they're doing it already.
Of course,
You got Carr, Murray, and Tom Brady in the top
Yeah.
3.
Well,
if he has a bad game against the Rams, does he drop out of MVP contention?
it depends what everyone else does.
So the Cardinals go and play Jacksonville, which I'll be at the game. We'll cover that later. But like, if he goes out and balls out, you play Miami and say you have Derek Carr has a great game too, and then Tom Brady goes and puts out a cheeseburger, just absolute,
for week 3 they'll say he's out of it, but then they'll
right.
make
Then,
it come back.
then the following week, he'll have
as long as they're
5-yard
winning,
touchdown.
Tom's going to be in it.
Look at
because
what they
it's
did.
Tom.
Look what they did week 1. Chandler Jones 5 sacks. He's gonna have 85 sacks.
Man,
at the end.
I know.
Look at Winston 5 touchdowns.
I
Bro,
love overreactions on Monday.
The hype. But I
Monday
will say, I
overreactions.
was feeding into the Aaron Rodgers like he didn't want to be there. Like he's throwing this, or was it just one game? Or people want to say relax, but like the man didn't look in the game.
He sure
Tom
didn't.
Brady now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Are you going to take a close game against the Rams? If he puts up 2-3 touchdowns against the Rams and you put up 4, you can't take Tom Brady even if he's in a loss out of the MVP talk. You can't.
Aaron Rodgers' body language against the Saints looked like LeBron James when his superstar gets hurt, and so he's got to.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, I'm checked out."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, I don't care anymore," which is what LeBron James does. He's like, "Oh, my best player on my team, Anthony Davis out. I'm done this series. I'm done for tonight. Whatever." And that's what Aaron Rodgers looked like. He's like, "Oh, we're getting absolutely destroyed. Nobody's catching a ball." So I'm like, I'm done.
He was getting pressured a lot.
I'm done. Where's Jordan Love at? Give him.
Right.
Y'all want to see him?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Y'all want to see him?
Yeah, he didn't-
yeah.
We're supposed to be in New Orleans for crying out loud. Like,
Yeah, he just
I
didn't
didn't
care.
sign
You
up
could
for this
tell.
humidity. This early in the season, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. It was tough to watch, but like that's what we're seeing, and that's what like I'm seeing as Big Ben. You know, you just got to come up with 16, 17 years. He's in 14, 15 years. But Aaron Rodgers coming on, showing Monday. I mean, you're playing the Lions. I got to see something.
To be fair, a lot of his touchdown passes were the screen variety.
Right.
With three of them,
or the running back.
Three of them to the running back.
Check downs.
You know, he did have some ropes. He did throw some
right.
tight
I saw
areas.
the needle he threw to Tanyan was impressive.
Yes,
he
had some great passes.
The toss to Devontae for 50 yards.
But
is good.
he still has a beautiful ball.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
I want to see him.
I'm
do
not
it
saying he
against
doesn't.
Better competition because.
But you put up 4 touchdowns against the Lions defense.
So this is where I want to see is okay. We just seen Goff put up 40 points, 33 points on the 49ers.
Yeah.
You have to beat the 49ers or show me something like that for me to be like, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. Because, like, what I seen, Green Bay is not an NFC championship team.
No.
They're not. I don't think they're beating anybody in the West.
I don't. And we played Packers this year on, I think it's a Monday night game. And I can't wait for it because
I feel like the NFC North altogether right now.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Nobody looks
Vikings
like
are 0-2.
Yeah.
I thought Vikings were going to do better than that.
It looks like nobody in the NFC North really wants to take that so far.
The Bears are the Bears, and the Lions are who we thought they were. But like
the Lions' defense is bad. Oh, the great offensive line, 2 pretty good looking running backs.
Green Bay and Minnesota struggling. If you want, I'll put air quotes around those. Is it's one of those things where it's a long season and it'll correct itself. But as of right now, the Vikings need a new kicker.
Every year they need a new kicker. They need to hope one day. Hopefully they find one that doesn't choke at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. This whole the first 2 weeks, I'm glad that we're seeing a lot of anarchy.
I love it. It's and this year alone, just with the fans and everything, it's just a different hype. Even with college ball, and you're just seeing the game and now you see the energy. You're seeing the false starts. You're seeing the Leatherwood penalties. You're seeing you're seeing these players just
seeing the Raider wins.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing that more than a penalty.
I mean, they're stacking up though. You can see it, and it's on the
stacking up the wins. Yes, you're right.
That's what brings me to my next point of remember MVPs. All last year, it was like the first 6-7 weeks. Russell Wilson. He's going to get his first votes.
Yeah.
He's going to take away. He's on.
Russ did what Russ
he's
does.
Get like 50 touchdowns.
No, Russ didn't do what Russ did. Pete Carroll got in his own way and was like, "Oh, let's run the ball." What?
He does do that.
What?
Pete loves to. I don't know why he does that, but he loves to take the ball out of Russell's hands.
I don't understand why. Look at these last 2 games. All Tyler Lockett does is run 60-yard fade routes and goes and just it's the bomb like from NFL Blitz every single play with Tyler Lockett.
Beautiful,
and he hits them in stride. In stride. I'm like, it's uncanny.
Let's not do that no more.
It's uncanny.
Yeah, let's not do that no more.
And Pete Carroll just like midway through the season, like, oh, that's working really well. Let's not do that no more.
Yeah,
let's change the game plan because now they know what we're doing.
Listen,
why?
It doesn't matter.
No.
Let's run the ball.
No,
let's run
with
the ball.
Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, etc.
Yeah, let's see what this guy. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Yeah, let's see what this guy's gonna do. But MVP talks, quarterbacks.
It's the way too early MVP. Like you got to calm all that down.
When you're talking Carr and the MVP, it's too early.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but so I will sway since we're talking about quarterbacks and. Most of the time, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to a quarterback. Is this the first year we see a non-quarterback win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
So
you got Jamar Chase balling out in Cincinnati.
I'm going to hit you with
and
not
Rondale
just because
Moore.
of the name, but Micah Parsons. I mean,
he is not flashing to me.
He's
as
straight
offensive,
balling out.
But they look at stat sheets, and right now he is not filling up stat books.
What are these other rookies doing? Filling up stat books? What do you mean? Are they throwing interceptions?
Jamar Chase is catching 50-yard bombs. Rondale Moore is the fastest
one each game.
receiver.
I'm not impressed by one touchdown a game.
So what has Micah Parsons done in 2 games?
Bro, he's done changed his position. He's a defensive end. He's done filled in with.
He's only doing that because that's all Dallas has. Dallas is like, oh, we'll take a homeless guy off the street.
All they have.
So he's going to fill in.
He's balling out.
He is not balling out. I would know. I've got him as my IDP in one of my leagues, and he is not filling up stat sheets. And that's what wins you awards, is filling up stat sheets. That's all I'm saying. It will go.
So you have Jamar Chase right now.
So it's
I'm
an
saying out of the
offensive-
quarterbacks.
So I'm not gonna lie, I do too. But I was just
It's
I
an
like the last name. I like the last name. But
I'm
I
just-
have
but
Chase.
that's
I
the
have
thing.
Chase with the bombs,
You
with the
have
touchdowns.
offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the
Right.
year. So it's not.
It's
You
not
can
the same.
have a
rookie of the year.
Parsons.
Yeah.
You can have a Parsons.
Yeah.
You can have a Jamar Chase because
Yeah.
it's not going to be a quarterback. I'll tell you that.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not.
saying
It's
this
not.
might be. I don't even know when the last time a rookie didn't win that award. Was it Saquon? Won offensive rookie of the
So
year.
if it's not a quarterback, it's a running back. Like you,
Right.
to have a wide
And
receiver
right
do
now,
it,
Najee Harris is not getting it done.
No, he's not doing it.
So, and I
I
can't
believe.
even
I believe
think-
right now, Chase.
And
Chase
Trey,
right now.
Trey Sermon is an
Could-
afterthought.
no show.
Is
Yeah.
an afterthought. And
They put him in the
running
game,
back,
now he's got a concussion.
And a running.
He wasn't even
The
ready.
whole team,
Typical Ohio State
the
stuff.
whole running back room. You want to talk about Baltimore getting devastated
Bro,
by running
yeah.
back injuries? San Fran can't put
Right,
it
you're late to the
together.
party. You're late to the party. All the other
Yeah.
running backs are taken now.
Yeah.
Who
It's,
you
it's,
gonna
it's
grab?
one of the things where like Baltimore did it, week one, and
Yeah.
now
we already grabbed
and now
Murray.
49ers
we
are
grabbed
like,
Murray, Freeman, and
49ers
Bell.
like, hold my beer. I'm going to one up you
Yeah.
as far as my running
They already
back
had like
injuries.
4 on their roster,
Yeah.
and all got hurt. It's not
Yeah.
like with the Ravens had a guy and like, oh, he's done. Let's pick this guy. If he gets hurt, let's get this
Right.
guy. He gets hurt. They're like, we already got these guys on the roster, and they all go down.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Zach Wilson's playing like crap. I mean, no fault to his own. The Jets are just the Jets.
Yeah, they're
Jets
bad.
are Jets
They're
are
bad.
the bad
the Jets are the
franchise.
Jets. So far, Justin Fields, the jury's out on him.
Yeah, we
We'll
don't
see.
know yet to be
Right
Andy
now,
Dalton's better than him.
from what I've seen, I'm not impressed by Justin Fields in non-preseason.
Right.
Okay. Trey Lance hasn't even sniffed the field yet, aside from that one.
Yeah, he had like a little pass or a
fluke
little
play.
run or
Yeah.
whatever.
Trevor Lawrence is looking like a hot mess down there in
Yeah.
Jacksonville, with good weapons around him. So I don't know why he's struggling so much.
It's also not a great
Laviska
offensive
Shenault,
line.
DJ Chark, you got Marvin Jones and James Robinson. Like, that is a good core to be around for a young kid. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so now you got
There
Jamar
was
Chase.
a guy.
It's-
There was a guy.
Jamar Chase.
All bus. All bus.
I do remember
Calm
that.
down.
I do remember
Mac
that.
Jones.
Oh, you said
Oh,
Mac Jones.
Mac
yeah.
Jones.
I forgot about Mac
What-
Jones.
He's not going to get offensive rookie of the year. I'm not
What
saying
did
that.
he do? He's got like what 300 total yards. In
I'm
2
not
weeks?
saying that.
I think
but
so.
He looks
And a couple picks.
He doesn't look bad. Remember, he's a rookie.
Doesn't look good.
in an extremely complicated offense
with a great defense.
The
Complicated?
Patriots have a complicated offense. You can't tell me
Do
they
they?
don't have
They
one.
run 2 tight end sets. That's all that they run.
Bro,
Yeah,
they have a
max
complicated
protection.
offense.
Mac protection.
Yeah.
Run a
Hand the
little.
ball to Damian
run a little
Harris or one of
swing
their
out. Run a little
50 running
flag out.
backs.
Yeah.
Bro,
Dumb it down to James White. Like,
Right.
there's a reason why Cam couldn't pick up the playbook because it's too much for
no,
him.
Cam is just Cam.
So
That's why he got passed up by the Oinkos
Again.
commercial kid.
I agree. At the end of the day, I believe it's going to be Chase that gets it.
Like
Unless
I said,
someone else
don't
shines.
sleep. Don't sleep on Rondell Moore. I'm telling
Calm down.
you. I'm just
Calm
saying.
down. He had one
Right.
game.
He had the game before that. He was electric too. He had 60 yards receiving, and 60 of them came after the catch. Like, this kid is a jitterbug when the ball
And
is
it also
in his
helps
hand.
when you got Hopkins and Green drawing
Right.
so much attention.
And Kirk.
And where is that my fault?
I'm not saying it's your fault, but
but I'm just
you're not
saying.
going to tell me that doesn't play in a factor.
If he's putting up the stats, he's going to win it. If
we'll
he keeps
see.
putting up 100-yard games,
Chase
say
is going to
he
get more attention.
Say he finishes with 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns with
I'd be super surprised.
60 receptions.
I'd be super surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be super surprised.
I would
if
not
he
be
has it with
surprised.
1,000 yards. It's not
I
going to
dis-
happen.
He had 115 of them this week, and then he had 60 last week. So that was 200. So he needs
Waller
800 more.
had 20 catches week
800 more.
one.
I understand that, but who else are the Raiders going to throw to?
Waller had like 3 catches week 2.
We're done with the Steelers, man. Okay, like
I'm just saying. I'm not even talking about.
You
the-
lost.
No,
You lost.
I'm just saying. In general, as a okay, he had one good game. That's like
I agree.
right now.
But I'm just
the
saying,
biggest trade
it's-
bait right now is Gronk.
it's the way too
He
early.
has 2 touchdowns both
Each
games.
game,
Right.
You
yeah.
think he's going to keep riding
That's
that?
going to
He might. He might. Tom
Possibly.
Brady loves
does
Gronk.
love
And it's red zone. They're not running the ball in the red zone
Right.
at all.
Right. They have no run game.
But
So
it's
if I get
super
to
high. It's super high. someone's going to end up stopping it.
sure.
You know what I mean?
But the thing
are you
is
gonna go somewhere else. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, okay, stop Rondell Moore. Say Rondell Moore's got off the three games where he's just lighting up the stat sheets, 100 yards game. Okay, so now you friggin' shade coverage to him. Now you're going to let DeAndre Hopkins
Right.
run free? No.
That's
You're going to
the
let
thing.
AJ Green run free?
Hopkins will
No.
always get the attention,
You
no
know,
matter
like-
what anybody else does. He's going to get the
The
attention.
thing that's crazy is Hopkins caught 4 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown, all in that first touchdown drive. He did nothing after that. and we still won the football game and still put up 34 points. That's insane. That's insane to me. And that's why I think you got to put the Cardinals up into, contention for,
It helps when you have mobility as a quarterback.
Like he is doing
it
things.
extends the
Kyler
plays.
Murray is doing things,
It extends plays.
MVP
And I'm actually
caliber type play.
I'm actually super stoked for the Bucks-Rams game. I really want to see how that game goes for sure.
Yeah. We could
And
segue
that's
that
where
into,
we'll go right into this
next
this
week's
week
games.
3 of. We'll start it off with
Yeah,
that.
see, we talked about all this junk, and I've been on to the Bengals since we started.
Man, please.
I've been on to the Bengals.
You're still gonna. You might lose to the Bengals.
We might lose to the Bengals.
To that rookie of the year.
That's why you do 2 pick'em sheets. 2 pick'em sheets. You take the Steelers, you take the Bengals, you take the Rams, you take the Bucks, and then you hope the other one wins with the other one, and then you just cash in
It's
the
all
check.
math.
Yeah. It's
Quadratics.
exactly.
Yeah.
If the Rams win, I need the Steelers to win. If the Bucks win, I need the Bengals to win.
Right.
But I still want the Steelers to win. But
So let's talk about that Bucks-Rams, the game of the week.
And it's not even a Sunday night game.
I
which
wish
is
they
crazy.
were able to flex like this early on and
I
put
don't
that
know,
into
man.
Sunday night.
You got the Sunday night game as Packers and 49ers, so
Right.
that's not that bad of a game
It's not
either.
bad, but I feel like this one potentially it should be better.
So what, you wanted that on Thursday night?
I want that on a Sunday night. Thursday night games are always usually
Okay, but the thing is like if you want to, draw more crowd to a Thursday night game, that's the matchups you need to see.
But they want
Those are the
they want
matchups
these
you wanna
small
see.
crowds. They want these small crowds. That's how they do it, man. They give the Jets, the Browns.
We're
they
going to
give
see
the
Texans against the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like anybody wants to see Sam Darnold against Tyrod.
Not even Tyrod.
I was going to say
Exactly,
before
before
Tyrod
that.
got hurt.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Now it's
when the schedule came out,
Mills.
they knew
Now it's
Watson
Mills.
wasn't playing, so
Yeah, they knew.
but yeah, so
The
that
NFL
game
knew.
not even worthy. Speaking of,
but yeah,
but Niners Rams. I mean Bucks Rams.
Bucks Rams, and it's in L.A.
Where are
Right.
you guys at on that?
I've got the Buccaneers.
I want the Rams to win.
No, as a Cardinal fan, I need the Rams to lose. Obviously,
I want the Rams to win. I want the Bucks to hit reality. I want them to do something different on defense. They have to show me something on defense because right now, I think if they run it back with the Cowboys and the Cowboys do the same thing, they're going to lose that game to the Cowboys.
They should have lost that game.
Right.
They went for missed field goals.
Arizona. I want to see them run that with Arizona's high-powered throwing offense. Yeah, you can stop the run. That's great. Stop the run.
Right.
They got, you just said, Moore, Green,
Hopkins. Kirk. Max Williams put on a show.
Edmonds out the back
last week.
Stop that. Now you're going against Woods, Higbee. Just talked about it. Cooper. Henderson out the back.
Van Jefferson still.
We gotta
Van
hope Henderson
Jefferson.
plays.
Deshaun
He is-
Jackson.
Henderson is
Speaking of which, to lead back real quick, where's Randall Cobb been?
Bro, you asked for this man. He's not even starting.
Like,
he got a couple little catches.
did he? I haven't seen him.
He got a couple catches last
night.
He got a couple
Must have
catches.
been when
It
I was
might have
going to
been
the
only
bathroom
like-
or something.
It might have only been 2. but
Maybe when I was cooking dinner. I don't know
They
because
looked
I
at
did
him
not
twice. Was
see.
he on the field?
I did
I
not
know
see
for
him.
sure, 100% sure it was
I
one
did
catch
not
for sure.
see
But
him.
I want to say he caught 2.
Man, I gotta
But-
have to look up this box score
Yeah.
real quick.
I seen him on the sideline before the game, like running
Yeah.
and like doing some high knees. But like
He's just doing that just to
right, but
stay
like
loose.
they did.
But yeah,
you
Rodgers personally asked for this man.
not
and-
no
and you
slants,
don't-
no nothing. You're like you
Like-
don't have nothing in the game plan for him.
But yeah, so I want to see Tampa win. Obviously, like I said, it's a little
Yeah, that's a little bit more.
of a homer pick. But
Right.
in all honesty, I don't think it's too far fetched to see that happen, though. Like,
No,
Tom
I
Brady
think
can
this is-
dissect
this is,
defenses with some of the best.
To
of
me,
them.
this is a toss-up game. I personally want the Rams to win.
Wow, he sure does. He had 3 for 26 on 3 targets. Glad he's a Packer. Glad you held out in the offseason to get that guy.
That's your guy,
Stud.
He's a game changer for you. But
Baller.
Yeah, I would like to see the Rams take this one, kind of shut down the Bucks hype.
This is more based off of Tom Brady as the quarterback, as opposed to actually seeing which is the best team.
There's been other teams.
Well,
There's
I
been other
think the
teams
Rams
that's already
are the
got a
better
wake up
team.
call. There's already been other teams that's had these wake up calls, like the Bills,
Steelers had a wake up call.
the Chiefs, the Steelers. But the Steelers' offense it's not there. But the Chiefs, they got an early wake up call. They haven't lost.
The
to the
Ravens got a wake up call.
Ravens, like these teams, they were in tough battles, and yeah, the Bucks snuck one out, and that's how you win, and that's how you build championships.
Of course.
But I want to see another close battle, and I want to see a tight loss, and I want to see you make tweaks to your defense. Because if not, if you can't tweak your defense, you're going to have problems. If you see the Chiefs again, you're not locking down Hill like...
Yeah,
you're not locking down
Andy
Kelsey.
Reid doesn't have that scheme happen to him twice.
No,
Like,
it's
you're not
not
going to fool
happen.
him like that.
Like I said, the Cowboys again. We're going to see with the Rams. The Rams offense. Cardinals offense. Some of these high-powered passing offenses, if you don't have that secondary to help you and you can't get that pressure, that pressure isn't there like it was last year.
Right.
JPP, Vita Vea, and Sue, they're not getting to the quarterback like they were.
Neither
Barrett,
Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shaq Barrett.
they're not getting there. And Atlanta's line.
Yeah.
That's where. So the reason why I would say I'm leaning towards the Rams is defense. I think the Rams have a defense built to be able to do what you need to do against Tom Brady, and that's pressure him up the middle. Aaron Donald.
Tom Brady
is
does
gonna
not
get
like people in his face.
Exactly. He does
and
not
he
like
is
getting
not
hit.
mobile enough to.
And he's
to
not
escape.
moving anywhere. And
It's
the
going to
Rams
be
can
a
do that.
fun game to watch.
I really hope
It's going
so.
to be a fun
For
game
sure.
to watch. Like I said, I personally want Tampa to win, but could I see the Rams winning? Of course. Like you said, like we were all saying, this is a coin
an
flip.
absolute coin flip
Yeah.
game.
And I think it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to who has the ball last. And if you give Tom Brady 2 minutes left, it's over. It's
Yep.
over for your team. Period.
Yep.
He does enough.
You
He's
don't give him
savvy
time.
enough. He will eat you alive in the last 2 minutes. Ask the Cowboys how that went.
Yep.
Yeah.
You shot your load too
You
soon.
cannot give
You
him the
shot that
ball.
low
Like,
too
that's
soon.
one of those guys you don't give the
you
ball at the
didn't-
end of the game.
With no time. I don't care if there's 5 seconds left. That's too much time for Tom Brady.
I agree.
Tom Brady
He'll
will
pull
throw
some crap
Tom
out.
Brady will throw a deep ball, the deepest he's ever thrown in his career, to get a PI, defensive pass
Yeah.
interference, and then get an easy, like field goal or
They'll do something for him. But
What's the next game we're going to talk about? 'Cause
So,
I think that one's all gonna be a coin flip.
you're going to a game.
I am. It's going to be a bachelor party for me. I'm getting married in November. My buddy Bob is flying in from Arizona. Tyler is coming. We're all going to go hit up the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully,
Can't
just
lose that.
absolutely get lambasted by this Cardinals offense.
Can't lose
this
that.
should be
Like-
one of those games where there's not a doubt in the entire game.
This is one of those games how they are in college where I pay you because I'm
Exactly.
going to just destroy your team, that I feel so bad that here you take $1 million.
Right, right. Thank you.
You get the notoriety of being beaten by a great
Right.
team.
We're gonna bring fans to your stadium.
Yeah, we're putting
to boost your
butts in your
revenue.
seat, butts in your seat because you got rid of your money grab and Tim Tebow, to where if it's not, I don't know, y'all ain't gonna see or hear
Speaking
from me
of that,
for
do
a
you
while.
do you want to borrow the Tebow
No,
jersey?
I don't need
up
a
there?
Tim Tebow. They wouldn't even know what that is up there, man. They'd be like, "Who's that? We had him? Oh yeah, like such a sad story that they didn't give him a
That's
better
the game.
shot."
The only reason why it's even worth talking about is because you're going.
Right? Yeah,
Hope you have a good
I'll be
time
there.
up there.
I'll be there.
And you-
I'm gonna be cheering. You're gonna hear
There's
me.
not obviously anything you can do,
You're gonna hear
but
me
you cannot
from.
lose that game.
Yeah, I cannot.
You cannot.
There
lose
is
that
no.
game.
This is the ultimate trap game.
I will.
Yeah.
Because after this,
Because the Rams after. So you could have a
So
look
week
ahead
4
game.
for us is the Rams,
Right.
Yeah.
in LA, and we might be looking ahead, being like, "Well, this is Jacksonville." They're
Yeah.
Walking
0-2,
apart.
nothing. They ain't got nobody. Their quarterback sucks. Et cetera, and then we come away with a loss. That is something you cannot have happen.
for sure.
That is something.
But
you
we
cannot
wish
have
will
happen.
happen.
No,
I mean, no, we don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
we
on
do.
now. We don't.
Yeah,
we
we
don't.
do.
We don't ever want to.
Yeah.
We don't ever want to watch someone waste their money, their hard-earned money, to go watch their team lose. You never want to wish that because these seats are not cheap. Granted, it's Jacksonville, and they have fallen quite a bit from where they were.
Very hard.
Preseason.
They have a pool.
These tickets. I know. I'm excited. I was like, yo, let's go check out the cabanas at the pool and just chill. I want like $5,000 a seat
That's
for.
crazy.
I'm like, you guys are out of your mind.
That's like the nightclub for the Raiders.
Yeah,
It's
I'm like,
foolishness.
what is that? Like, it's a cool idea. The Diamondbacks have a pool in their, in their field, and it's similar to that too, where they need 20 people, and it's about $2,000. So you need about $100 a person. Like, that's not too bad to sit in a pool,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
5,000 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're talking about 500, bucks a seat. Nobody paying for that to see
No.
Jacksonville.
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
So, but now, yeah, like I said, we're looking at around like the 50
Well, we hope
yard
you have a
line,
good time. And
lower
like I said, you
bowl.
can't
Yeah.
you can't lose that, man. You can't lose that
Like
one.
I said, I might
That's a game you-
unsubscribe from a lot of social media at that game if we lose because
Yeah, that's when you get MIA for a couple
I,
weeks.
I,
and just
I
lay
love
low.
to run my mouth and talk trash, and that is one of those games where you cannot lose and have any shot of credibility that your team is good. It's like, again, if Alabama were to lose to Southwestern Christian,
Yeah,
you are not a good team. Like,
exactly.
like, no.
you
like,
can't lose to them.
You cannot. You can absolutely
And
not.
your guys, man, playing the
Going
Dolphins.
to play Miami.
Yeah, they just got whooped up
Minus
35-0.
Tua.
Are they
Minus
coming back?
Tua.
I hope. I don't see. I'm torn. Tua to me is terrible. So like, I want him in there, but I want him in there hurt. That way he plays worse.
But it's like the Dolphins just got stomped. So as a man,
they're going
you
to
have
come
have
out
some
upset,
kind of pride.
and they have a good defense.
Yeah,
Like,
they have good.
They're a
good
better
quarter play.
team than what they showed in
Yeah.
that game. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're a better team.
Yeah.
Right, they have
all
your
around.
rookie of the year to
And it's not
nothing.
like
Like-
honestly Buffalo did anything crazy.
Right,
They
right.
ran the ball like
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Zach Moss
Zach
and
Moss had the
Devin
game of his life.
and Devin Singletary both ran all over that defense. Couldn't
So-
pass on him. Stephon Diggs, I think, had like 40 yards and a touch. That's nothing. That's
No.
locking
Right.
him down. The fact that you did that is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
impressive.
And put
And
up
then they-
35 points.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Howard. Howard is a shutdown corner, so I'm
Right.
not surprised by that.
Right.
But,
But he
the
wants
final
out.
outcome was what I was very surprised
Right.
by.
Zero. Zilch. Thanks,
So,
Jason Sanders.
Raiders cannot
that.
lose that game. You can't come from these highs and
That's the
hit
thing.
a low. Hit a low. You can't do
gotta
that.
You got to stay up there.
Yeah.
And that's why, God willing, the Texans were to somehow upset the Panthers.
Don't say that.
Jokers. Just jokers now. Like, you're pretenders. You're pretenders.
Another
same thing,
another undefeated team, the 49ers.
49ers play Green Bay Monday.
Playing the Packers.
Or,
That's
Sunday
the Sunday
night.
night game,
Sunday night.
prime time.
Green Bay has to get that W.
I like Green Bay.
Aaron
in that
Rodgers.
game.
Aaron Rodgers has to get that
Honestly,
W.
I honestly like Green Bay in that game.
This is when Rodgers has to
Is
shine.
Lance going to play running back?
49ers. They might have to. They might have to. They might sign Tim Tebow. Say, hey, come be fullback.
Yeah.
But no, like the 49ers offense to me is not looking dangerous at all. Jimmy Garoppolo is pedestrian.
Even their defense
Pedestrian.
doesn't look as good as what I expected it to be.
No, you barely beat.
Losing Salah.
Barely
Losing Salah.
beat.
It's seen to
it's
make a
showing.
difference.
49ers barely beat the Lions.
Right.
And they squeaked out a win against Philly, where
I think Philly's their defense is a little tougher than people think.
I agree. They did just lose
Hurts
Graham, though.
Yeah, Hurts is
Hurts is
don't
looking
know.
better than I expected him to.
Right.
But I'm still
I
not-
think he's doing.
I'm not.
just
I'm
where
not
I thought he
confident.
was.
I'm not.
I'm still not
confident.
sold on him.
I'm not confident.
He is
but
a
like,
top 10 quarterback, fantasy wise, especially too.
Oh, fantasy.
He's top.
Fantasy
he's up
for
there.
sure.
I don't know what to think about him and the wide receiving core yet. You got Miles Sanders. I don't know. But Cowboys defense, they kind of
They got
showed
Michael
out
Parsons
against Herbert a little bit. We're gonna see. I think it's gonna be a good divisional game on Monday night with them, and we'll see. We'll see where that goes with Hurts and Herbert and Garoppolo, Lance.
So who do you have? Green Bay 49ers.
I have Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay. I think
I think so too.
I just think he's gonna.
It's gonna be a
outplay
high-scoring
Garoppolo.
game.
This is in San Francisco, but I don't think it really
Who's
matters.
gonna run the ball?
East
And
to
that's
West
the
never really
problem.
bothers me.
And
It's
that's
the
the problem.
The West
Brandon
to East.
Ayuk is MIA for some
Yeah.
crazy reason.
Crazy.
You got-
They're number one wide receiver last year, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden now
Trent
he gets one
Sherfield is
target.
beating you out. What?
You get one target
What?
in a game.
So you
and-
got Kittle and Debo.
Yeah.
Nobody can run
And
a ball
Debo's
and
actually
stay
balling.
healthy. Nobody can run a football and stay healthy for San Fran.
yeah,
So yeah, give me Green Bay for sure.
yeah.
And then like
again,
you said,
Jimmy G doesn't do it for me.
yeah, but Lance isn't there yet. Bust.
Nope.
But
Got him high and hope to do something.
And then,
Yeah.
like I said, with
Kaepernick
this,
reincarnated.
speaking
Oh,
of Jalen
man,
Hurts, as we
maybe.
talked about, yeah,
maybe.
with Jalen Hurts going against the Cowboys, division games. These are always crazy games. The
I
Monday
like
night.
the Eagles.
I like it on Monday. I really hate that division. Just not a big fan of anything that that they got going on. I'm not a
It's
big fan of
tough.
Jerry. I'm not a big fan of the Eagles.
The Giants are there doing their thing
Are they?
with the best running quarterback.
I just
That man can run, man. I
Dude,
think
he's got wheels.
he's got some.
He just
got
needs
some
to
quicks.
hold on to the freaking
Yeah,
ball.
he's got some quicks. Lamar Jackson, watch out. He might pass your record for most rushing yards by a quarterback.
Yeah, if Barkley don't get going, he's going to have to. But for Monday,
How crazy is that looking through 2 weeks? We all knew it was going to be a slow, thing, but at what point are you concerned as a fantasy owner of having Saquon?
I'm not yet, and I have him a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I just traded him away to get Austin Eckler. I took Saquon in the second round, and I just I can't have this. The team looks in shambles.
Holding me back.
The team looks in shambles, and I can't trust that somehow Saquon is going to go back to his rookie year running behind a worse offensive line.
It's looking like Galladay. Galladay's nothing. You're hoping Ingram comes back and does something, but right now, if it's not Shepard, they're not
never
doing nothing.
did anything either, though, when he was healthy.
Right.
There were talks that they were trying to trade him.
Daniel Jones is a guy every time I'm like, okay, this is the year he's finally going to take that
Who drafts a
step.
Duke quarterback? Wild.
The Paytons were hyping him up, though. Like the thing, he did the whole quarterback club and all this kind of stuff.
He looks like an Eli, but I don't know, man. I'm not high on that. I'm thinking when Fitzpatrick comes back, the Redskins,
You think he gets
the football team.
I don't think Heineken looked that bad.
I don't think he looks bad.
You think he gets to start, though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like that quarterback, I don't
I feel like what the Washington football team is going to be, where are
we thought
they
their
at?
defense was good, and the defense
that's a big test.
Great.
They play Buffalo this week.
Like, where are they at whenever Fitzpatrick is healthy is going to deciding whether or not Fitzpatrick gets his job back.
Right.
Say they're because that East, the NFC least is the worst division in football. Say they're 500 and they're pushing for playoff. Does he get this? Does he?
I think you put Fitzpatrick back.
If Heineke becomes gun shy or something, I think so. You have to push the ball.
I think if they're losing or they're 500, he gets his job back. If they're winning with him,
for sure,
he has to keep the job.
Yeah, especially if they're winning because of him.
Right.
If they're winning because of what he's doing with the offense, which he almost cost his team throwing that interception on Thursday night. I was like, dude, he just choked away this game. I don't know what you were looking at, but that is not a throw you make.
Offsides.
Yeah, that is not a throw you make.
Or was it offsides?
No, it wasn't. Stop.
Yeah.
I think Philly gets the win because Amari Cooper's banged up right now. So they're already without Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
So you're going to sit there and tell me that Dak Prescott's going to throw to Schultz and
Jarwin
and Blake Jarwin's not even there, I don't think.
Yeah, Jarwin. Yep.
And CD Lamb. That's
CD Lamb. Ballers. Tony Pollard.
They got a two-headed monster running back because Pollard looks better than Zeke right now. They look good.
So what I do is I stack the box and make Dak beat me with
Do you want to do that? Because Dak right now is passing for 400 yards.
Yes. Dak Prescott threw for less than that and barely squeaked out a win against the Chargers.
And we talked. The Chargers, they have a pretty sneaky defense. We'll see, though, because the Eagles put a lot of money in trying to tighten up their secondary, and they got a decent defensive line. We'll see. I think it's going to be a good divisional game.
I think Hurts is going to run all over them.
Yeah.
And I think that their receivers are going to get loose on that weak secondary that the Cowboys have. That's all.
So you're taking the Eagles?
I am taking the Eagles.
I'm going Cowboys on it. I got faith in Dak as much as I don't like the Cowboys. Dak looks like the real deal. Before he got hurt last year,
Philly?
he was.
Let me check.
I want to say I want to say it's in Dallas actually,
because that is a big factor too.
But that's one of them games where
in Dallas.
But even in Dallas, Dallas never has home field like that.
Stop.
Dude, they don't get home field.
How do you figure that? Who travels to Dallas to watch anybody else?
Everyone wants
Dallas?
to. It's people want to go to Dallas to see that stadium.
Nah, dude, that's all Cowboys fans. Dallas has some of the best traveling fan base. They keep their seats.
I think I got to take Cowboys.
They
just
keep
because
their
they're home.
seats.
Just because they're home. Maybe later on. We'll see. But I'm going Cowboys as well.
I like this. Even with a banged up Cooper, he'll probably play.
I hope so. I need him to.
I do too. I like Dak better at the quarterback position. I like the two-headed monster they have going right now, as much as fantasy-wise it
I'm
sucks.
not disagreeing with you. I just think that these division games get tough.
I think
and
Brandon Graham being out is going to be a huge factor for the Eagles.
And that's one of those things where division games are always
they're always tough.
Tough. So and sometimes upsets happen. And I think
definitely
this could be one of those weeks where
I do think there's going to be some upsets, man. It's got me questioning some pool picks, some suicide pool picks, some pick 'em sheet picks. I don't sleep on. There's going to be some upsets, man. Like
who do you think?
I don't think we're going to get the same Jets team.
Let's run down real quick.
I don't think we're going to get the same Jets team.
See, I know you're with this Jets over Broncos, and as much as I pray that happens, I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening, but I think it's going to be closer. So even not just to knock the Raiders, even if Jacoby Brissett does something, you got to be afraid.
I don't think that's going to be a blowout game. I think that's going to be a closer game than I want it to be.
I think it's going to be closer. That's what
Jacobs probably isn't going to play.
Right.
We don't know where Carr's ankle's at, even though he probably will play. So that not that he's mobile, but that takes away some mobility already right there. So I mean, again, I still have the Raiders winning. Obviously, bias.
I'll run down the schedule, and you tell me where you see the first upset. You got Panthers Texans on Thursday. Panthers.
I want to go Panthers 100%.
That's smart money because you got a rookie quarterback who looked lost
Right.
going against Cleveland last week, and then this Panthers defense, if it is legit, is going to feast against them, and all the weapons. McCaffrey is going to go bonkers against the Texans, like Cardinals, Jags.
Don't sleep on the Jags, man.
Come on, stop.
So pick games you think are going to be upsets because
Washington Bills. I got the Bills.
Yeah, I think the Bills.
Okay,
and they're huge favorites.
Bears versus Browns. Could be Justin Fields starting. Could be Andy Dalton.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Bears defense.
Doesn't matter.
Bears defense. So will they show
over
up?
Browns? Right.
So
stop the
so for the
Browns.
does OBJ play because they're down
right without Jarvis Landry.
They are down without Jarvis Landry.
I don't even think you need OBJ. If I'm the Browns, I'm trading OBJ to the Saints. Get him out. I don't need him. I got Peoples Jones Jr. All these other guys that are stepping in. That I think Odell Beckham is just a name now. He's all name recognition.
When he's on the field, you have to respect him on the field,
right? But the thing
I'm not saying he's going to put up numbers for them, but you have to respect the fact that he's there.
I don't know if Baker Mayfield's
others.
going to put up numbers.
Right.
Yeah,
they're really feeding that run
banged up too. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Don't sleep on the Bears stopping the run though. We'll see. Maybe make Baker.
So you taking an upset there?
I'm not saying I'm taking an upset. I'm just saying. Okay. No, I'm saying
any of these teams you can't sleep on.
The conversation piece was where do you see the first upset coming? So I'm going to continue. Ravens versus Lions. Ravens. Colts Titans. Titans. Especially with no friggin' rubber
if Wentz doesn't play,
Wentz.
for sure. With a healthy, or I'm not going to say with a Wentz in there, I could maybe see that one being an upset.
Chargers Chiefs.
No, Chiefs are getting that.
Okay.
Loss.
Saints Patriots. Patriots.
It's like even.
It's Patriots. Falcons Giants. Yes, it is. Okay, because there's one thing that Bill Belichick does, and that's take away your best weapon.
And they're going to shut down Kamara.
Goodbye, Kamara. I'm contemplating benching Kamara in all my fantasy leagues because I know he's not going to do anything against New England.
That's when they hope that you just dump off to him, and he gets those catches.
Bill Belichick does nothing but take away your best option, and right now, the best option is Kamara.
By far.
Falcons Giants.
That's a coin flip.
But again,
that's
that's
really
not
an upset there.
Right. So you got Bengals Steelers. That could be an upset.
Yeah, they've got Steelers favored. Bengals could win.
Bengals could win.
Yeah,
Bengals could win. So then here you go. Your Jets Broncos. Broncos are gonna tee off.
They should
on that Jets.
They should. But you got to remember, all these guys are professionals, and they got pride. They got pride.
I understand that.
But it's still Zach Wilson throwing the ball, bro.
All I'm saying is there's going to be 2 losses on this that.
We
didn't see coming.
You're gonna be like.
I'll give you that.
That's fair.
But which one is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Because I'm looking at these and I'm like, I'm taking a lot of chalk.
So one that I'll call.
What, the Dolphins over your Raiders?
I'll say Vikings over Seahawks.
That's in Minnesota too.
In Minnesota, Vikings have been in both their games. They sure have. They've played well.
They sure have. And there's one thing that the Seahawks just gave up, and that was a hell of a lot of yards on the ground to Derrick Henry. Guess who's in Minnesota?
Right.
Dalvin Cook.
Right.
Who just ran for 130.
That's when I could see Vikings pulling out.
Yeah, and I hope that they do. I want the Vikings to get their first win against the terrible Sea Chickens. Like, the more the NFC West loses is better for me. So, it's just great. Then you got Packers 49ers. I don't see 49ers pulling that upset. I don't see
the
that.
49ers are actually favored.
I know, which is mine. I
guess
can't
that'd
wait
be a
to take
Packers upset if they win.
I can't wait to take the Packers on that. I wish sports betting was legit here.
Right.
Because $100 on Packers money line, for sure. And then you had the Eagles and the Cowboys. Now there's no glaring upset in that schedule. There's not a glaring one. Well, aside from if Jacksonville were to pull off,
I do think there is
the
going
win
to be
against the Cardinals.
I do think there's going to be one team, and we're just like, wow, that
Sure.
happened. That just happened.
It could be, like I said, it could be Washington beating Buffalo.
It could be.
It could be the 49ers beating Green Bay. It could be is the Rams an upset against Tampa?
I see it is these NFL teams. It's so hard to lose every game. You got to win one.
Do you? Ask the Lions. They went 0-16.
Just saying it. You got to win one, man.
Listen, that's the whole point. Is the old saying of any given Sunday.
Right.
That's why you play the game.
Do you see these teams? Do you see these teams going winless?
Jacksonville has a good shot. Jets have a good shot of doing that.
And before the season started, I would have said the Texans.
I know.
Right.
Well, that's because they played Jacksonville week 1, and it was like one of those things where you're like, well, one of these two terrible teams is getting a win.
But I figured I thought the Jags were going to come out looking better than they have been.
They looked straight booty garbage.
They look
really bad.
Urban Meyer
And that's why, if you want to talk about an upset, that would be the upset of the week. Is the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the Cardinals.
If the Jags beat the Cards, that's the upset of the past.
Upset. Wow, calm down. It's not that epic.
What would be a bigger upset in the past couple of years?
I would have to go back and look.
So I have to look through them, I'm sure that'd be a major upset.
It would be very big. It would be very big, but not
with the way the Cardinals are playing right now.
That's fair. It would be the biggest upset that we would probably see all year.
Probably.
Aside from maybe Jacksonville beating the Chiefs.
A couple years ago, like I said, the Colts beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
When the Chiefs were defeated. That's but I think it's still too early with Arizona, but Arizona does have a pretty solid team all the way around.
And if you lose to the
Jags,
that's bad.
Man.
That's bad.
It is the travel. I always fear that west to east.
But while we were talking about these games, we talked about a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries to a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of players. Let's talk fantasy a little bit. There is nobody out there as far as like these guys backups that are like, oh, I got to go run out and go grab him to plug in and play. Like these guys are all starters on their team for a reason because they're better than their backups.
Yeah,
for a reason. Like it's not like Andy Dalton shouldn't be. Should he be? Should he not be starting over Justin Fields?
Right. Your best ones we were talking about was
Wentz.
You might be able to find Carr out there.
Derek Carr needs to go out and be grabbed.
And then
if you have Tua or Wentz or any of these guys, stop what you're doing. Go out and add Derek Carr because at least they're proving right now to me that they're at least competent at throwing the football.
I'm looking to do Derek Carr over Tannehill right now.
Eventually, Tennessee's going to figure that out.
I think so.
A.J. Brown only has one touchdown, and Julio Jones only has one touchdown. Like, eventually they're
I don't know if this is the week 2 put Carr in when playing that Miami secondary.
Well, if you're in a pinch and you need, say your starting quarterback was Tua for some weird reason. Like, I don't know why he would be. I'm starting Carr, obviously,
for sure.
For the rest of the year over Tua.
Yes.
Even healthy
if
Tua.
Somehow you were foolish enough to take Matt Ryan and put him in as a starter.
I might not this week because they play the Giants, and I like that matchup for Atlanta. But no, like, fantasy is about opportunity when it comes to waiver wires. Right now, it is slim pickings when it comes to like. You're always looking for the next injury. Like,
there's a lot of doubling down on running backs right now too.
Tony Pollard, you need to go out and grab him.
Pollard, you got
Madison, need to go out and grab him.
Murray Williams over there in the Ravens. What is the 49ers about to do?
You have no idea. I'm staying away from the 49ers running attack because
Detroit,
I don't know who it's going to be.
Swift and Williams,
I don't know who it's going to be.
49ers, but
I don't know who it's going to be.
They're putting both of these players in back to back, and it's hard to win that way.
They're doing what the Browns do with the way they use Chubb and Hunt.
Right, but that's successful. Like, they're both eating.
And not every team can do that.
No, but they're both
like that's what the Cowboys are doing.
And that's what the Cowboys are doing.
With Pollard and Zeke.
Yeah, Pollard and Zeke are kind of eating, but Zeke was going like third, fourth. You know what I mean? Like pick.
Yeah.
Right. That's for his overall. He's
He's not
definitely
really doing.
considering
all that
Pollard
well.
is
went undrafted or toward the tail end of the draft.
right. He's 16 rounds. He's
Like I said, going undrafted.
12th
A lot of people don't
Look
have
at- look-
bench depth like that.
Look at Najee Harris. He's almost on the field on every play, and he's just not performing.
Right.
Not
He was-
fantasy
he was
reliable
top
right now.
12 or 15.
What are the
pick,
Bucks
depending
running
on where
backs?
the draft's
They're
happening.
splitting in three.
Yeah, but I knew that
Fournette,
was
Jones,
never going to
and
be a
Bernard.
thing.
Well,
We
no,
found
not
that
a
out
thing.
last year.
But even the Patriots with Harris, White, like running backs right now, if you didn't get like McCaffrey and Cook right now, and then if Henry stays on this role, like, dude, it's a far stretch. And then now you got to hope.
Right, 'cause
What was Aaron
Kamara's not
Jones
doing
doing?
anything.
What was Aaron Jones doing?
Kamara's not doing anything.
And then Chubb
Austin
is all
Eckler,
running.
but-
Chubb is
right.
all running.
Yeah.
Chubb is like
Chubb is
baby
all running
Henry.
because they have Kareem Hunt.
right.
If they didn't have Kareem Hunt, Chubb would be
Right.
like
So that's what I'm
Christian
saying, the fall
McCaffrey.
off-
He would be a
He would be
fall
Christian
off right now-
McCaffrey.
top 5 running
Right.
back.
The
He would be
fall
like
off right now with Kamara not really performing.
I know.
You just got McCaffrey and Cook right now, and then you
And
hope
Henry.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, you hope Aaron Jones.
And then
Stays doing
Henry's
what he's
got to
doing.
run. Henry's got to run. Chubb's got to run. They're not. This was the first time Henry had more than 5 receptions in a game.
Bro, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
We've
like,
been waiting for it.
dumping this off
We've
to this
been
man.
waiting for this dude to finally get more involved because that would just take his game to the next level. Like
Right.
if you get him some hands,
You get
watch
him,
out, dude.
You get him
Watch
4 or
out.
5 catches a game.
Yeah, have him run like a 20-yard wheel route.
Anything.
Forget it.
That puts him.
Forget it.
That might put him at RB1 if he's getting even 5 catches a game.
Yeah.
Yes, especially
the-
considering his
Because the
rushing is gonna always
workload
be
he
there.
gets.
Yeah, his rushing will always be there,
Because not like McCaffrey, they feed him up the gut like he is a power back,
and he's not.
but he's not.
You
So
know
his
what I don't
points
like
really come a
about
lot
the
of-
Titans is the Tannehill sneak or the Tannehill boot.
Gotta love
That kills me because I'm like, you got Henry, and I know
Josh
everyone
Allen
knows
does it too.
I know everyone knows it. I know everyone knows it, but it's like you have Henry back here. It's like, bro, you give him the ball. Everyone knows you're gonna give him the ball, but it's like you still give it to him.
you got to
He's
stop
still
him.
getting it. He's still getting
But
it.
They
you
know he's
do
gonna
that
ball every
Tannehill,
time.
and I'm just like, dude, another Tannehill rushing touchdown. Jesus, come
Yep.
on, what a fantasy bummer, bro. I hate it so much. But yeah, man, NFL. It's been a hell of a ride already. I like it. I like where it's headed. I like where it's going, and I like where we're already seeing some of these matchups that are just like, man, we got to see that again. We got to see that again.
Yeah, it's
And,
one of those things where you wish you could go back and rewatch it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And one of them ones to kind of go on to our next little thing here, real quick. We'll just gonna hit those. A great matchup, something that I would watch again. That Alabama-Florida game
Yeah, let's get into
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
was
College kinda-
fantastic.
Bro, Alabama
College
put it
kinda
on 'em.
Came back to normality for this week, where you saw last week a lot of upsets and everything
Right.
like that. Like it was kind of chaos and anarchy, and this one was more along the lines of the top dogs took care of what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
The biggest one was that, like you said, that Alabama game.
They started hot.
Florida, like, come on, man.
They
What
let
are you
Florida back
doing
in the
with
game.
that play call?
It
to go
looked
for
like it
two?
was going to be a runaway
I could
by Bama.
not
and-
believe that you choked on that 2-point conversion. I was like, this is your shot. This is your shot to say, hey, look, we're top dogs still
Right.
in the SEC. Like, don't sleep.
That run
you know.
pass option, man, is so dumb and a 2-point conversion because
Right.
then they second guessed themselves and then the
Yeah.
whole play just went to crap.
I could not believe you caught RPO on a 2-point conversion. Like,
Yeah.
So even with that, like Alabama, still, I personally believe they're still
Oh
the
yeah.
top dog,
sure.
heads and tails
for
above
now,
everyone else kind
until
of thing.
Georgia takes the SEC title.
We will see. They're definitely going to battle it
That's
out.
where I wanted to take
And don't
this.
sleep. Don't sleep on Arkansas.
Do y'all think
The
that there's a
Razorbacks.
team other than we'll say Georgia, but even the top 5? Like I'm not sold on the top 5. I feel like this
no,
year.
like I said
Bro,
2 weeks ago when I was on
Don't
the pod,
sleep on the Razorbacks.
I was like, this.
Well, I mean, they
Don't
got a huge
sleep-
test this
Don't
week.
sleep on Ole Miss.
But Texas A&M and Arkansas, that's a huge test for the
Right.
Razorbacks to see if they're the real deal.
And Texas A&M.
'Cause Texas A&M is one of them teams that
They're
they
playing
always
decent,
play.
but
gig 'em.
they weren't looking too good a week ago, and we'll see what they're doing because right now the Razorbacks are looking real good.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss, their quarterback Coral, dude, he's slinging the ball, and Ole Miss is giving Alabama fits when they go that 5 wide, quick pace. It's been giving Alabama problems, and right now that's the offense they're running. Don't sleep on Ole Miss either.
Yeah, but does Ole Miss play Alabama during the
They're
regular
gonna have
season?
to.
During the regular season.
I don't. I'm not too sure, but I believe they would have to.
I don't think so because, like I was saying, I know Georgia doesn't play anybody outside of like week 1.
But Georgia's in the other conference, though.
No, I understand that, but like just because you play in the same conference doesn't mean that you play each other.
Bama's got some teams. They got to play Ole Miss 13.
Yeah,
Nice.
see, they play Ole Miss.
So they play them in 2 weeks. They got Southern Miss next. After that,
I believe
they
they
play
play-
Ole Miss and then Texas A&M.
No, but I
That's
believe
great.
you play
That's
everybody.
back to back.
I love seeing. See, now that's the kind of
And they
football.
play Arkansas.
And
Like,
That's the kind of football.
No,
I
that's
want
what
to
I'm
see.
saying.
LSU,
I
I'm not-
No, but I believe in college you have to play everyone in your division, in like your side.
I don't know if that's true. I'll have to look at that. but
Yeah,
I, don't know.
believe they play everyone. So if like you're in this division, you're in this division. I believe they play everyone in their
whereas the
side.
SEC West and the SEC
right.
East, if
And
you're
then
in the
you might
East,
not play
kinda-
Florida or you might not play Georgia, but you'll play one of them in the championship game.
Bama's got some tests coming up to see if they are the
don't
real
play
deal.
Georgia, right?
No.
Yeah, see, they don't play Georgia, so they play Georgia in the championship game. But look, they play Arkansas too.
That's the thing. They got Arkansas. They got
It's going to be some good
right.
game. I'm glad Alabama's
Texas
finally
A&M,
playing
they got
some
Mississippi.
tough teams instead
I
of
think that's the
some cupcakes.
some of these SEC teams showing up a little more to be a better team instead of just the usual SEC suspects.
Well, we always knew the SEC was the dominant.
Yeah, yeah.
powerhouse.
I
And
mean,
that's why
without SEC, I mean, you're not playing SEC games at 10 p.m. at night. You know what I mean?
You're sure not. You're not doing Pac-12 after dark, or should I say flags after dark? Because Arizona
An
State
unfortunate-
BYU game. was
Unfortunate
rough to
loss
watch.
for ASU there.
That was rough, man. We still could take the Pac-12 South because UCLA lost and USC has just fired their head coach out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. UCLA is playing Stanford, so they might get another loss.
We could still win the Pac-12 South, but at the end of the day, like you got that. We all know how the power rankings go. If you have one loss, it's tough to crack.
Right. Y'all are basically banking on Oregon right now.
Well, not just that, but like if we beat Oregon, do you allow the Pac-12 champ to go into
Ohio State would
college
have
playoff?
to beat Michigan. Both of them get one loss. You already beat Ohio State. You have to look at that.
I'm not saying you're not going to need
You know
help.
what I mean?
I'm not
Right.
saying you're not going to need help. But if
You're probably going
if
to get
you're
two
putting
SEC
in
teams.
if you're putting in the champions of all the divisions, the Pac-12 champ should be in the contention for
So
the national
you're
title
going to
game.
have, as long as
Assuming
they,
it's only a one-loss team.
all I seen was Oklahoma almost lose to Nebraska. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, man. So now you look over, and I'm sitting there telling Josh, like, man, this might be the year Michigan beats Ohio State.
Could be.
You got Iowa out there. Don't
Could
sleep
be.
on Iowa.
That's coming up, isn't it? The Michigan-Ohio
Ohio State's always last game
always
of the
last
year.
game? Okay.
So
That's always a fun
that'll be
one
a
to
fun
watch.
game. Hopefully,
Always fun to watch.
I never get my hopes up. I mean, it's been almost a decade, so I don't even put anything on that.
My wife's a Michigan fan.
Smart woman.
Yeah.
I mean, not right now, but
Right. Yeah.
let's hope we can get it together. Like I said, I never get too excited. Again, the top 5 this year, I don't feel like there's really a
Who's in
Other
the top
than-
5? Who's in like I said, 2 weeks ago when I came on, I was like, dude, it doesn't matter.
Alabama,
This all runs through
Georgia.
Alabama. This all runs through Alabama.
it says past Alabama, Georgia.
And then it's somebody, then Iowa.
Like
It's
who-
Alabama, Georgia, then Oregon's at 3, Oklahoma, Iowa.
Yeah.
And then you got
Oregon
Penn
always
State,
makes me nervous.
Texas A&M, Cincinnati, Clemson, and Ohio State rounding out the 10.
And I'm not
And
really...
out of all those teams, how many of them are SEC teams? Alabama, Georgia. You got
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M is not SEC.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. Iowa, no. Oklahoma. Oklahoma's gonna be.
Yeah, Texas and Oklahoma. They're
Yep. Oklahoma's gonna be.
That's what they said at because Arkansas just put a whooping on Texas, and I was like, you better rethink that. Yeah, you better rethink that.
I'm just saying, like, out of the top 10, I'd say like 7 of them are from the SEC. Like, it's just
Yeah. And Clemson's not
it's,
scaring me.
No.
Notre Dame, we already talked about, not really scaring
Oh,
me.
thank
They might
God.
lose to
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
no, hold on. Let's rewind. Don't just brush that one under the
Yeah.
bridge because
They
they've
got
got a
some-
big game coming
Wisconsin.
up
They've got a
against
big
Wisconsin.
game, Wisconsin.
And I can't wait.
It's in a neutral site. They're
Soldier
playing
Field.
at Soldier Field.
Yep. Wisconsin. Get the jump man going.
On Wisconsin, let's go
Come on.
Badgers. I'm hoping for
Let's
a
go.
Wisconsin win because of a
Domination.
Big Ten situation. I need them to win, take down that one. That way, Michigan, who plays them the following week,
could get up.
can get that big win to kind of
Yeah.
come back out of. That just helps
Yeah.
the Big Ten right there. As a Michigan guy, I
Right.
need that win.
And that's the thing. Like, if you're not an Alabama fan, all you're rooting for is like your your conference to do well. Like Michigan's Big
Right.
10. Like I'm Pac-12. Like 2 weeks ago when friggin' Pac-12 had
all we had
upsets,
was
I was
Clemson.
like, dude, this is great for the Pac-12.
All we had was
down
Clemson
here
and-
for the ACC.
and Clemson
and,
fell off.
And North Carolina, North Carolina this past week looked incredible.
Yeah, but then Virginia Tech just got whooped up by West Virginia.
Right.
Yeah.
And Virginia Tech beat North
But
Carolina.
like I said, it's all irrelevant.
Yeah.
This whole
early.
college
It's early.
format.
It's early.
It all just goes through Alabama.
yeah.
For quite a while, I feel like
Year
it's
in and year out, it's always Alabama, man. Like
Yeah.
you'll have maybe a rare year of LSU or Clemson, but
Don't forget about Coastal Carolina.
stop.
The
Chanticleers!
The Chanticleers be another
We're
team
gonna bring it
that-
up. We're gonna bring it up till they lose.
For Tory, the
They're-
Chanticleers.
They'll be sitting right outside of that top teams that won't make the playoffs, and everyone will be crying and complaining about how they should have been there, and it's not going to
And
matter.
then they get
because
whooped up
yeah.
by like Auburn or LSU
Exactly.
or something. Yeah.
They're going
Speaking
to play a
of
true team.
playoffs, we need to go back in the NFL and do Super Bowl before.
Yeah, so let's get some Super Bowl predictions.
Too late, and then everybody's like, "Oh well, you."
Yeah,
you
we
said
can't
that,
get
blah,
the-
blah, blah. Give me your Super Bowl team from the AFC first.
So I'm sticking
And
even
it's not
through
the Steelers. Stop.
No, I'm sticking through even what I've seen, the matchups, etc. Sticking with the Chiefs through the AFC. Let's see what the Raiders do. Let's see what they do. Maybe they could do something, man. Maybe it's a magical year for them.
It could be. It could be.
I think they're a wide receiver short. I believe they're a wide
If
receiver
they can
short.
keep what they have going right now, and if somehow Devontae Adams does become free agent next year, Raiders going to have huge cap space next year.
What about say the Browns are?
I don't
just
believe.
somehow-
I don't
no,
believe
no,
in
no, no,
Baker.
hold on,
I don't
hold
believe
on,
in
hold on.
Baker.
The Browns somehow go into a losing spiral, right? And they're like, okay, this season's done. Would you, as a Raider fan, want Odell on
No.
your team?
I
I
do
know.
not like his attitude.
Thank you.
He's a
I get
diva.
in an argument with my buddy at work all the time, saying that he's a top 10 wide receiver in this league. I'm like, he
Was.
is not. He was, yes.
Was, yeah.
Talent wise, he is great, but as a top
For
10,
me,
no.
That one catch that he had, that
You know where he'd be
one-handed,
good?
beautiful catch, put him on the map.
You know where he'd be good at? The Lions.
Yeah, where
Where he
would
can be a
the
star.
guy. The guy.
Right.
He would be the man.
Right.
The stud. Look at me.
go-
Here I
yeah,
am.
yeah,
I got
go-
my earrings in. You
Yeah.
know,
Go
my
over there.
frosted tip.
I like
Yeah.
what you said too. Go over there with the Saints. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you'd have to get rid of Michael Thomas because I don't think those two divas would get along together.
That'd be fascinating to watch.
but bring
that
him
would be
over there
something I would want to see on Hard Knocks.
Because Winston has
Some of that wide receiver
Yeah.
room with those
Yeah.
two divas.
Winston has a big enough arm to where he can get it down to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be accurate every time, but he has the cannon.
I just
he
don't
can get
believe.
down there.
I just don't believe in Baker. But if AFC, I'm going with Chiefs. You got to show me something different.
Yeah.
Knock down the champ.
I hate to say
They
it, but
did
I
get
also
knocked
have.
off. They did get knocked off by Baltimore.
No, that was a fluke.
Oh, don't
I
let
also
Tyler
have
hear
the
that.
Chiefs, unfortunately.
Don't let Tyler hear that. You said
Sadly,
the Chiefs
I got
too?
Chiefs as well.
Yeah,
Pat
just,
Mahomes is the best in the game. I mean,
He is the best in the business. at
He
what
will
does.
make adjustments, and
And the crazy thing is the Chiefs are doing this without a running game. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire
yeah,
has been MIA.
he's about to be benched.
He about ready to be dropped.
Listen, this
Like,
man
in fantasy,
Aaron
like,
Jones,
I'm getting like this
Aaron
close
Jones
to dropping him.
Yeah, Aaron Jones and Allaire. I was just saying this yesterday. If Aaron Jones didn't do nothing, they were both about to be on the bench together.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones saved his job in
I see
fantasy
that.
life.
Well,
But,
yeah, he beat me with him.
CEH.
He beat me with him.
Yeah,
But Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been, on
At least thought he
wanted
would get
posters.
some-
Where have
Yes.
you been, dude?
I at least thought he would get some catches.
Nothing. He didn't even get a single
Bum.
target last week, and he had that key fumble.
But I still have him because
and watch
game.
it, and watch that play. That defender did not poke that ball.
There's
out that
no
hard.
reason he should have fumbled the
That
ball.
was like a freaking little pillow touch.
Yeah.
Where like
Take
all
me
of a
out,
sudden he
coach.
just
take me out, coach.
he must have money on.
Who do you got?
He must have money on the line. I gotta go Chiefs. Like it's it's consensus.
Yeah.
I think NFC is where we're gonna differ.
Probably. You're gonna love my pick, so I'll go last.
Okay. So we'll go with that. Like we all have the Chiefs going from the AFC. Who would be your surprise team from the AFC before we go to NFC?
The Steelers. It'd be a surprise.
The surprise team for me would be the Raiders
Yeah,
to go to the Super
that's
Bowl.
it. That's yeah.
I think it would be.
Yep,
I think it would be.
I can see that.
Because I am not.
I'd be surprised.
I was not expecting them.
Yeah.
Like we had this argument while you were gone.
I know. I was disappointed
And
with the
you
hate
were
that
yelling
you
at
guys.
us. You were yelling at us. You were yelling at us. I
You
know.
could go. We could go back and
And-
put this on mute, and you'll see. You'll see. I called the Raiders. I wore their jersey.
No, you were the one who was talking about the Broncos, and I was like, oh, okay, because I was on the fence between the Broncos.
But see where football will take you. I think the Broncos could lose to the Jets now.
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Football's a crazy thing, man.
That's not going to happen.
Get you thinking,
Stop.
dude.
That's not going to happen.
Don't put money on any of this.
That's not going to happen.
That's my problem.
Mine's Raiders, yours is the Steelers. Obviously, we figured that was coming. See, but when you say Raiders, I actually buy that you actually mean an unbiased opinion.
Are you going to say Raiders?
I want to say Raiders, but I feel like that's a homer pick to say the Raiders.
No,
if
it's
I
not.
said
We
that.
know he picked Homer, but you, I know you're an objective. You're an objective opinion.
I believe in our defense if they're healthy.
Stop.
We
You're
beat the
off.
Bills.
Your defense
went
is
through your
offense scares me. That's the
We
problem
just
with
went
you
through.
guys.
We just seen the
If
Bills.
you got to bring in Dwayne Haskins this week, we will see
Bro,
what
Bills,
your offense
Bills
looks like.
Bills was ranked number 2 before everything, and they still believe Bills are number 2.
Well,
Right.
Notre Dame was also ranked in the top 5 before all
Sure
that
was.
started. So
Yeah.
let's calm
I
down
knew
with
they weren't
preseason
that.
well,
rankings.
dude, well, you know what I mean?
Look, I'm not taking away from the win.
pick
against
your
the
own.
Bills.
Pick your own sleeping
I'm not
team. Whatever,
taking,
bro.
I'm not,
Whatever, dude.
not taking away from the
Yeah.
Bills win, the Bills loss against y'all because that was great.
Yeah.
But you just lost to the Raiders, who you should have beaten
For sure.
for sure,
And
you didn't.
But didn't.
So
Yeah.
So
who are you picking? Raiders?
to go away from the homer pick, I'm going to go something that I know I'm going to catch some flack for this, and maybe it's Tory's influence on me.
Patriots,
I'm going to go
the
Patriots.
fixed league. Put your money where your mouth is.
I need to go to Vegas and put my money down.
Yeah, Tori, where you at, man?
I think Bill's too good of a coach to not be able to do it. If somehow they beat the beat the Bucks, when the Bucks come over there, that'll solidify the
That's
Patriots
week
to be
4,
a
right?
contender.
That's next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be a massive game.
That
If they can
is
somehow pull that out, I think the defense is good. They really need to get Gilmore back. That's
So
really
we
hurting
don't
their
do
defense.
drug tests on shirts and skins,
As
but we
high-
will start doing them.
As high as
The Patriots aren't beating the Bills.
No. But I'm just saying, like,
The Patriots aren't even making the playoffs.
as big of a game.
We'll see. I have faith in them.
The Patriots could make the playoffs.
I have faith in Mac probably more than I should. In
Way
that
more.
defense.
Yes, we already established busts.
Yeah, bus.
So, again, it's just a surprise.
That-
I'm not saying it's
okay.
going to happen, but
To go to the Super Bowl,
definitely- it was a surprise.
Be,
Yeah, it was a
that would be a
surprise.
surprise.
I was
And
surprised.
it's one
It's
that's
Bill.
not
Yeah.
necessarily common.
Right.
it's still Bill Belichick. I mean, to me, he's still the
Yep.
greatest coach in the league. If anybody
Yeah.
can do it, it's him.
Okay,
We
I
are
buy
who they
that.
thought we were. Yep.
I agree. I agree with that. But
So-
you brought up that matchup because we were talking about Bucks Rams as must see TV for this week.
Well,
that Bucks Tampa Brady going
Has
back
to
to
be-
Foxborough
yes.
is going to be
Has to be
like
game of the
all
year.
eyes are
Yes.
going to watch that game.
So this man goes Raiders, and I'm not gonna let this go for a second. This man goes Raiders. You have all in the world. Don't going home. No, we're trying to be expert, professional picks here.
That is
And
so.
you said
Steelers
that-
is expert and professional. No,
Listen, that was a sleeper. this is just not possible.
How's it not possible?
It's not.
It is very
It's not
possible.
possible. It's not possible.
it is very
It's not
possible. You want to know what the records are for the AFC? What is that? North,
The AFC East.
East. Sorry, they're all 1-1.
It's blasphemy. Blasphemy.
I'm just saying, it's anybody's
NFC.
game.
That's why it's
It's anybody's
surprise
game.
pick,
Yeah.
sir.
Surprise sleeper.
So,
NFC
let's switch it over to the NFC.
NFC. I've got Rams going to the Super Bowl.
That hurts to say. I thought I was gonna
Yeah.
surprise you. I got the Rams too.
That was like that's.
I got the Rams.
Dude,
and we're
you
gonna
guys
see
suck.
And we're gonna see this matchup.
I feel like this is going to be the worst, surprise because I got the Rams too.
Okay, but the thing is like this isn't the surprise. Like this next pick that we're all gonna start saying.
Yeah.
that's where the surprises come out. That's where
Like,
You can't say the Bucks because would it be a surprise to be
right.
there?
No,
But
it's not.
but I'm surprised.
I have the Rams.
I'm surprised all three of us are going Rams.
You don't have the hype on the Cardinals.
I'm not. Hold on now. Wait a minute.
That's
This
where
is
the
not
surprise
surprising.
comes in.
This is right now. This is right now who we think is actually going to get there.
I think the Rams.
And I think it's the Rams.
I think it's going to be I think Week 3 is going to be replayed in the championship game.
I agree.
I could see that. I could definitely
that's
see that.
what I believe is going to happen.
I completely
I
agree.
think so too. I think so too. And
So-
I think it's going to be Tampa this week.
I was about
and
to
then
ask.
think
I was
it's
about to
gonna be
ask.
Probably the Rams.
So you
in
have
championship
the
game.
Bucks this week, or do you have the Rams this week, and then you have them?
I got the Bucks. Like I said, you all have the Rams. I think.
Yeah,
in a
I have
cool
the
flip
Rams,
game.
yep.
Surprises. This is where I gotta go Homer.
Got to. And they might not be a surprise. They might go on a little run. They might. Who knows? They might take that division.
Like I said, so if we figuratively we win this week. Okay, then we play the Rams. If we win against the Rams, we're 4-0 and number 1 in our division.
Yeah,
that means to make the playoffs, we would need to go 6-8 the last half of the season, and that is
if Cardinals can pull out a 4-0 start, like that already would be a surprise. And I'll put that'll put them on the map
Cardinal
where
fan.
they're.
And I'm a big time Cardinal fan, and I was like, when we covered the NFC West, I was like,
right,
we're the last.
You were
last team.
honest,
we're the last team. Now that I'm seeing
now the season's
real
playing
season,
out.
I'm like, hey,
we're for real.
And if we're getting lucky enough to where people are missing field goals,
you got to have the breaks go your way. That's the biggest thing.
And that's where last week was a game that broke our way, and that could be week 17.
Those are the games.
But is that the D-Hop catch? Is that the D-Hop catch?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Is that the
Hail Murray?
Is that the Hail Murray?
Right
after that.
Yeah,
we went down.
Yeah, y'all kind of. Yeah,
that's true.
We'll find out this week, won't we?
Right.
We'll find out this week.
But I do believe, me personally, if it's not the Rams, it's not the Bucks. Your sleeper pick has to come out of that division. And I'm going with the Seahawks.
But after
the NFC,
just lost in overtime to Tennessee
to an AFC team. We're not talking about AFC teams. We're talking about the NFC. We're talking about the NFC.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Like Seahawks.
Russell Wilson, man. I believe in him. I believe in Lockett.
Defense is trash.
I mean, so is the Bucks.
The Bucks defense is better than the Seahawks defense.
They let almost 30 points by the Atlanta Falcons.
Please,
who
won?
What the Eagles?
Who won?
The Eagles.
Who won?
The Eagles let 6 points.
Who won?
6 points.
Who won?
Obviously, the Bucks did.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
I mean, that's again, it's the surprise pick.
Yeah.
Right.
I think NFC West. All the teams are contenders. The way the Cardinals are playing right now, if they continue to play it, they're all will be contenders.
Yeah,
and the thing with the Cardinals' schedule is like we don't play chumps. Like we're playing the Packers, we're playing the Browns 2 weeks from now. Like we're playing everybody in
Their
the NFC
division,
West.
period.
Like,
yes,
I hear you. I mean, the Steelers have the strongest schedule. So
what?
The Steelers, they have the strongest schedule.
Toughest schedule.
Why is that?
According to the way the season started, which they based off of last year's record.
These are stats and facts.
That's fair.
That's
fair. I thought this was you. I thought this was you saying it.
They were basing off of the obviously
strength of schedule.
I only state facts. Yeah, I only state facts.
Right, as you're wearing a Raiders jersey.
I also own up to some bad decisions. Ownership.
So I'm going Cardinals with my shocking team to go to
Cardinals,
Super Bowl.
Seahawks, and I think I'm really going to shock you guys, and you're not going to like this.
Probably not.
Especially you.
Uh-oh.
I'm going Cowboys.
Wow.
Cowboys, yeah, I could see that.
I think
just
wow.
I think first off, the division, they're going to take the division.
Are they?
They're taking the division.
What if they lose to the Eagles?
I think
the Eagles aren't the team.
I think the Eagles take that division.
The Eagles aren't the team.
And I picked the Cowboys to win Monday night. I almost just wanted the Eagles to win now.
See?
I just want to go against Josh and everything.
Out of principle.
Yeah.
The Eagles aren't the team. I'm sorry. I just believe in Dak. I believe in that offense. If they can, when they get healthier, I think they're utilizing Zeke a smart way right now. Instead of just running him into the ground, they're utilizing both their running backs, which I think is going to help them down the road.
So
their offensive line right now, they do not have their starting tackle. They'll get him back off these weird drug thing that he's got going on because it was basically he missed drug tests because of things that he missed.
They're all a bunch of cheaters.
Right.
He missed it because
Jerry
of a
Jones.
funeral because of like.
All I'm hearing are excuses, dude.
So he shouldn't be suspended. What I'm trying to say.
But he is.
Yeah.
Their offense is too high powered.
Lost, but we did.
Their offense is too high powered to where I feel like they're going to be in every game.
Can their defense stop some of the high powered offenses?
The high powered offense.
They almost stopped. They almost stopped the Buccaneers, which has one of the best looking. Now again, that's week 1.
The thing is they put up 30 points on them.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's not stopping.
But so they got to outscore them. They need to outscore every team, and they have the offense that can outscore. And if they can get those key turnovers,
do they have an offense that can outscore the Rams? No,
I think so for sure.
That defense is going to stop.
That's going to be the.
We'll see.
In one game, in a playoff game, we don't know where it would be.
That is very true.
Because that would be where it is.
Given Sunday on
we will see.
That's why it's a surprise pick. I don't like it. I pray.
Yeah.
The Cowboys not go because Cowboy fan is one of the most annoying fans in the world.
Yep.
I pray
Even
that's not
more
the case.
annoying. Well, I take that back because Paul Wicker. Sir, you're going down this week in fantasy. You are so annoying. More annoying than a Cowboys fan. Get ready, buddy.
I love you,
Get
Paul.
ready, buddy. Get ready.
But that's going to be a great matchup. This is the matchup that was
I've been waiting for
called
it.
up.
I have been waiting for it.
This has been
And
months in the making.
Months in the making. Like, this is like the SEC championship game. Like, this is a win inside of another win. Like, this is a Super Bowl light.
Yes.
You know, like, it's one of those ones where, like, this is your bitter rival.
You could lose every game, but win this
except
one.
for winning this one. Like I said, I'll drop my entire team after
For me,
we win
this is-
week. You know, like,
It'd be like Michigan, Ohio State for me,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I don't care if you lose every game, but you beat Ohio State.
I
Kind
go
of
1-11, and as long as I beat that team right there,
Yes.
it's a win
It's
in my
solid.
book.
It's solid.
It's a win in my book.
Those are those
But,
games. I hear you.
Speaking of playoffs, we got a little bit of MLB to talk up before we wrap up here. This MLB playoff race for the both wild cards is starting to come down to the nitty gritty. Nitty gritty. I think you got 12 games left. Okay, you got Yankees on the outside looking in. I know everybody loves hearing that by half a game. Okay, you got Toronto and you got Boston ahead of them.
You got the
You got
the
Boston.
AL East.
Yeah, so AL East right now is fighting for that last wild card. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Oakland and Seattle still has a chance.
Yeah.
But they're 2 and 3 games out. That is tough to make up, especially if these other teams that play like Boston and Toronto play Baltimore. Like, dude,
Gotta love that.
Yeah, like, talk about these strength of schedules coming on down the stretch.
Yeah.
Like, the Yankees play the Texas Rangers right now. Then they end their season with Toronto, Boston, Tampa. Like,
That's rough.
that is hard.
And you know,
And the Yankees have been struggling right now.
and if it came down to Tampa doesn't want the Yankees in.
no,
They're going to do
I
whatever
don't
they
think
can
a
to
lot
keep
of
them
teams
out.
want to see the Yankees in. Everybody
Yeah,
wants
they
to
can
see the
score.
Yankees
They
out.
can score. They can put some home runs up and they can score.
They've got an offense.
What do you
that-
think the chances are they just run it back to same teams as last year?
What do you mean?
Dodgers and Rays.
I don't think so. I think what you'll see is Houston come out. I don't know how Tampa does it, but they just ride these analytical waves.
It blows me
that
away how they do
have
it.
nobody on their team that is like,
And that's what makes it hard as a
bona fide superstar outside of Nelson Cruz, who's 43, and keeps
he's not even a
doing things that he's
superstar
doing.
anymore.
Right, he's just
still
a
he's a
big-time
name.
bat. Right, so you got Joey Wendell, Kevin Keir, like all these guys.
They're taking people's
who's
trash.
their pitcher? Who's their pitcher?
Half the pitching staff's on the IR.
I don't get how they do what they do, but they keep doing what they do. You know, like it's insane. But I think that it would probably be Houston that takes it this year.
So without banging trash cans, they're still doing it. Cause see, I'm a closet Houston fan, and that whole trash can thing didn't bother me one bit.
It should have, because they're a bunch
Every
of
team
cheaters.
cheats.
a
You
bunch
ain't
of
cheating. You
cheaters.
ain't trying. I ain't trying to
Bunch
hear
of
that.
freaking cheaters, man. Nah, I don't.
You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
They should have been
off of that.
suspended. The players should have been suspended. Like the punishment they got away with was absolute murder.
If
for
it ain't
cheating.
the Rays, give me the Stros.
Ugh, gross. Absolute disgusting. And then you got, the NL wild card that is starting to boil down between some really good teams. You got Cincinnati, San Diego are on the outside looking in. And San Diego was
San
the
Diego
team where
surprised me.
everybody's like, yo, this is the team right here.
Yeah.
Like, they went and just dumped buckets of money. Oh, proving my point where you can't buy a championship. Can't buy a championship.
I say that all the
look at
time.
what the Padres just did.
I say that all the time, but
And they're on the outside
when you
looking
look
in.
at what the Yankees had whenever they were quote unquote buying their championships, the core of the team was all homegrown.
Yeah.
But they were
Everybody
buying.
just-
They were buying
It's
the
like,
big names.
It's like Devin Parson, like, being a Steelers fan, like, they hate us because they ain't us. Like,
Yeah.
Steelers are one of the most prolific franchises
Right.
in NFL history, and has some of the most titles in the league, and that's why they hate them. That's why they hate
Right.
them. Is because
When you're
you
a
don't have
winner-
27 rings.
when you're a winner, you get the hate. Because
Yeah.
before the Patriots were winning, they didn't get talked about.
I was gonna say I didn't even know who their quarterback was. Didn't know who the head coach was.
Right.
Like,
Tell me when they changed
I
their
think
logo.
wasn't it Nick Saban? Didn't Nick Saban
Right.
coach for the Patriots, or was it Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, that's who it was. I'm like, if I
Yeah.
didn't know, like, if I didn't watch, like the football life about
Right.
Pete Carroll, like, I would have never known Pete Carroll was a head football coach for the
You
for
talking
the
about the
Patriots.
USC coach?
I'm talking about the USC coach who jumped out of Dodge to get
Yeah.
away from cheating. Like,
Yeah.
to hell with Pete Carroll.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
To
like,
hell with
like
Pete
saying,
Carroll. So you got the Dodgers and St. Louis right now in the wild card game.
You can never sleep on St. Louis either.
You sure
But
can't.
but San Diego should be there, man. They did.
So, I think what you'll see in the NL Championship game is going to be the Giants and the Dodgers.
So I heard. To be honest with you, like I'm not a huge podcast guy.
Okay,
but I do.
You're a huge baseball guy. You mean you're a podcast guy? You're a huge podcast guy.
I'm not. Because I'm more of like a visual YouTube.
Watch
okay,
YouTube.
as far as listening to podcasts,
Yeah,
gotcha.
YouTube, all that stuff.
Like you do podcasts.
Videos. I did hear on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran has been like such a sneaky.
Nobody saw them coming.
They've been the best
Like
team,
I said, nobody saw them
and
coming.
Yeah.
you don't know how.
And they're
Like,
one
that's
of
the crazy part.
And they're one of the teams that is just like you look at that roster, and all these guys are like names of old: Buster Posey, Evan Longoria, Chris
Right.
Bryant. You know, like these guys were not supposed to be doing what they're doing, and yet they're almost like the Rays, but of the NL, where they're like, we're all analytics, man.
Yeah.
We're all analytics.
I
don't
don't
care.
know their pitching
I do not
staff.
care.
Like,
Kevin Gossman is the only pitcher that I know that is like ace stuff, and then everybody else is. You have Logan Webb over there who's like spinning gems. I'm like, dude, you were nothing 2 years ago, and now you're over here like leading this team to the World Series, possibly. Like,
that's what's
Yep.
crazy. Like,
this is gonna be some fun playoff baseball to watch. I know not a lot of people like baseball. It's a hit and miss for fan bases.
Playoff
and
baseball is
people,
different.
yes.
But
Once you get into the series, it's like hockey.
and that's
There's
one
so
of the
many
things.
games, so many games. Basketball, there's so many games to follow every game.
Right.
We got
Yeah,
lives.
162,
We got
man.
lives. We got
It's hard to keep up.
162 is a long
But
schedule.
with
Yes.
baseball, bro, you have games at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, I love it.
You know what I mean?
Nothing better than that afternoon sports.
get home,
Keep
to
the
win
day
the game.
going.
Like, it's
But that's the thing that drives me nuts with baseball is like they cut out a wild card this year, and they're doing single elimination for the single wild card.
Right.
Last year, I liked the 3-game series for
I
the
did
wild
too.
cards. Like, there's just so many things that can happen in one game.
It brought strategy in.
Yeah, like
know,
baseball is a strategic game, and right now you took away that strategy. Like I liked seeing that. Like you made this game so blasé to where you're trying to shorten it up and player safety and all this stuff, and you start a guy on second base in extra innings and all this crap. I'm like, quit changing the sport. Quit changing it. If you're gonna change it for productive reasons. Like the NL should have a DL.
A DH.
A DH.
Yes.
Like
DH should be across the league.
Nobody wants to see a pitcher hit. Nobody wants to see a pitcher go up
Unless
there
you're
and hold
Shohei
back.
Ohtani.
Right. Unless you're Shohei Ohtani. And even then he DHs.
Right.
Like nobody wants to go see a pitcher
Just stand up
watch
there and
3
take a
straight-
loss.
Nobody.
Or take an
nobody.
out.
Or
Yeah.
let me square up. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I
like-
hate that. I do like that the AL does bring in the DH. Like that's
there,
something I've always.
there are rules to change for baseball that could elevate their sport to where it's more watchable. And having the
One
pitcher
thing I
back
like is when they do the
trash.
double headers, they went to 7 innings.
That's crap.
I love it.
No, that is not.
I love it. I could watch 7 innings.
But again, you're changing the sport.
I'm not a fan of that either.
Madison Bumgarner threw a no hitter and doesn't get credit for
and
it.
didn't get it. Yep.
Why? What?
Yeah, I didn't like that
makes
myself.
no sense. That makes no sense. It's a legal game.
I
in
don't
the
like
sport.
the guy on second base starting the extra innings.
That makes no. That takes. You are killing your sport right now. You want to see people want to see offense, and right now the NL is hurting their chances by having the pitcher go up and hit. Give me Fernando Tatis as a DH.
Yeah.
That way he stays healthy for the field. DHs because he's got pop. Or something. People along those lines that could stay in the lineup.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that because
I'm all for playoffs in any sport because it just ups the competition.
I agree.
The thing one thing I will say, if it wasn't for the DH though, I don't think a guy like David Ortiz would have a job.
Oh, for sure. David Ortiz. You would have who's another one come out of the American League that was not Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz
Now
to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Carlos Pena.
Yeah.
Back, with Tampa. Like there are guys that were just strictly DHs that.
The reason why they had jobs is because
Frank
of DH.
Thomas. Frank
Because
Thomas.
they were
was
a liability
DH.
on the field.
Edwin Encarnacion was a DH.
You try to put them out at first, and there were liabilities.
Yeah.
So, but it's gonna be interesting. This is when I really start to watch baseball. I keep up with a little bit with the Rays.
Fun
But once-
baseball to start watching
Once
right now.
baseball,
Rays, more
playoffs-
cowbell.
Once the playoff kicks in, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. It's now is the time. Like I said, if I understand 162 games is tough to follow,
But now's the time to get into it.
now is the time to start watching
it gets
and
exciting.
look at some of these teams because these are all
The wild card race, it gets tight.
Like the games leading up to it, it's just the intensity, man.
It's
just
playoff
insane.
atmosphere right now
Like,
because everyone's fighting
The
for that
Subway
spot.
Series, where on the anniversary of 9/11, where the Mets played the Yankees, that whole series was raucous. That I heard them from here. I heard them fans cheering and shit and stuff like that. That was an insane series where you had the swing go in and out. You want to talk about fun games to watch? That Field of Dreams game was a fun game to watch. They had a playoff atmosphere to it. That is what you're going to see in these next 2 weeks where every game matters, and especially for the Yankees, Blue Jays, and Red Sox.
There's a fight another day for sure.
They have got to win out to stay relevant, and it's one of those things where the better team is going to have to get in there, and they're going to have to try and hope for the best.
I agree. And on that note, man, just any given Sunday, run it. Go Steelers. Let's see some SEC college ball. Let's see one of these some of these undefeated teams take their first L. We already know the Rams or the Bucks are going to. Maybe an upset here or there.
I know one undefeated team who's going to take that loss. That's Paul Wicker. That's Paul Wicker going down this week, man. I can't say it enough, man. Get ready for some posts coming in the Facebook group because it's coming. But yeah, no, man. Again, thanks for having me on. It's
always a pleasure.
It's great coming down, talk sports, and
we appreciate you, brother.
Just get loud out of no reason. So go Cardinals, for sure.
Stay undefeated, 2-0.
And go Raiders. Stay undefeated for you, man. 3-0.
do it.
Let's run it. Let's run it all the way to Super Bowl.
Don't disappoint me, boys.
You can go 11-0, and that means absolutely nothing. Remember that.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Later.